Hello, hello. We are back. What is going on over there? We're back with Terra Nullius side stories. And you guys are taking a short rest in a lung. In a big old lung. What do you guys do? What you guys want to do?
Resting lungs. Resting our lungs.
Wow.
Resting lungs in the
No.
lungs.
No. No.
I mean, are we wrong?
No, but no.
No, but yes in my heart. Actually, in his lungs.
I say we march onward towards the brain.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you guys just like go up?
Mm-hmm.
We're going up. Oh.
Yeah. Wait for me.
Ah, dang it. It splits, guys. I don't know. I don't know.
Can we make some kind of like investigation check or something to see which way we should go?
I mean, honestly, I think it's pretty obvious. Since there are two lungs, going down would mean the other lung.
Oh, I see. Hold on. Well, I understand not down, but there's two ways up north.
Oh yeah, sure. I see what you're saying. I don't know.
No, you do know. You just aren't going to tell us which way to go.
Well, I mean, if we're in the lungs, one path looks bigger than the other. Actually, no, one path doesn't look bigger than the other.
Honestly, I think it's just trial and error. Like it's like you just have to look. I don't know if there's any indication you can get.
Yeah. We should go this way.
Which way?
Yeah.
This way. To the right.
Oh,
I was
big
thinking too.
boom.
Yeah, and so Meira, I mean, you just see like it's going up like an esophagus or something. Like
Right. That's what I gathered. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So
yeah, so you guys do
it's
that.
the edge of the map.
And you get to the edge of the map, and you go forward. And so you guys continue to climb up this esophagus, right? Like obviously horizontally, so you're not like actually going to climb, but and then you guys get to what? I mean, it's all messed up here. Like after this point, the flesh stops being like a discernible organ or clear path. Like you don't just end up in a mouth or anything like that. There's all sorts of weird like tunnels and like fleshy caverns and things. I feel like someone's gonna have to make an investigation check just to like kind of figure out what makes the most sense to where the brain might be, or at least how to get to it.
My investigation's 4.
Can I make an argument to make a medicine check?
No, you can make
Dang
an
it.
Arcana check though.
I mean, we're in a body.
Yeah.
Right, but I just described that the body doesn't have a usual anatomy.
Right, but
Wait,
could I
so it's
use a
Arcana?
medicine?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say we could use Arcana?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll +8 to Arcana.
That'll work.
Nat 20 didn't matter.
Why? There's so many credits rolling around today.
Yes, for good and for bad. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah. I think what we just get, right, is Adelene, you just kind of like take a look at these like honeycomb caverns, and you just like, you're just like, okay, this way, and you just like lead the way through this like little tunnel, this like carved out tunnel. It almost looks as if this tunnel is like has been eaten out. So this isn't a natural like part of the body. It's just like a tunnel that's been eaten away. Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely end up looking at something interesting. Are you approaching stealthily?
I don't know how stealthy we can be.
We can attempt to.
It's just up to you guys. Whether or not you want to.
I mean, might as well. Right?
The real question is, do I want to cast Pass Without Trace?
It might be a waste of a spell slot. I have disadvantage. It
Yes,
might be
but-
also the only thing that saves us.
Big boom. Big boom.
I did just cast literally a big boom that's audible for 300 feet.
Is that what I heard outside
The
just
lung
now?
also just exploded by itself.
That's true.
Is that what I heard outside just now?
Maybe.
Well, I don't know. Like, I say we just go try. I mean,
Oh yeah, I forgot to like theme this Independence Day style. I forgot to be like describe all your spells as fireworks, and a random eagle shows up. Yeah.
How to fight a zombie eagle.
Oh yeah, that's true. They weren't zombie parrots; they were zombie bald eagles. Yeah.
Sure.
totally.
Yeah. So what happens is when we come back from the break, there's like a short recap, and we see the same things again, but everything is like Independence Day themed. So like there's red. All of you are wearing like red, white, and blue costumes, and like those parrots were eagles, and yeah, great.
The firebolts were fireworks.
Exactly. Yeah. Taste the power of freedom. Yeah. Good. We got sponsored by
My
the US
stone skin.
government for this episode.
My stone skin turns me into the Mount Rushmore.
Perfect. Yeah. So I guess stealth or no?
Yes, stealth. Should I use a key point? I have 10. Wait, hold on. It might be 2 key points to do a spell. Yeah, it's 2 key points. I could spend 2 key points to magic and make sure
Let's
we're
just
stealth.
try it.
Okay. Well, I'll just stealthy, sneaky, snare.
Okay, it might be port.
Oh well, see, it doesn't even matter.
Yep. Wow, figures. Akashi of all people.
My boots are getting stuck on the flesh, okay?
Yeah. Wow, that doesn't make any sense, but okay.
No, it doesn't.
So
I am convinced that the game hates me today and that it's rigged against me because I have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crit fails in the past like 10 minutes.
How do you think I felt with Ari one of those episodes?
Fair.
Or the last, I was re-listening to the last times we played this, and when like they got so many 7s in a row. It's like you rolled so many just 7. It was ridiculous.
okay.
I remembered it, guys.
Okay, so what happens?
Well, you can see for yourself.
It's the brain.
So you
It's
see,
Pinky.
yeah, and Pinky, yeah.
I'm the brain.
Yeah, you see a giant brain. For us as the audience, it looks similar to the brain we saw before, but definitely bigger. And this cavern is like more expansive.
Adelene would be
approached further.
Adelene would be in front, given she was leading the way.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, yes, that is a brain.
Yeah. What do you guys do?
It's stinky. It's a brain. Kill it! With fire, literally.
I mean, Meira's just like, let's kill it. Let's do this. Let's get it over with.
I think Akashi points out, last time they tried to kill it, some sort of...
I take it we're rolling for initiative?
I don't know. Are you?
Well, you have the turn order up.
I just put it up.
And I see something I don't like on the turn order. Which means I don't think it's going to be...
Holder?
Yeah.
There's nothing on the turn
yes.
order. It's gone. It's not there.
But Caleb, before you clicked it off, I right-clicked it and I opened the image in a new tab and I see a big version of it.
I have a feeling that my armor of Agathis is about to be very unhelpful, to put it.
Man, I even rolled the initiative on the GM layer this time. I can never get it right.
Oh, come on. We
The
knew there would be a
worst.
beholder here.
Honestly, I expected it. If there wasn't going to be one, I would have been surprised.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you guys go forward? Because you don't suspect anything.
I mean, Adeline, you're right. Adeline doesn't. Adeline's kind of like...
Well, I was before that popped up, I was saying that, like, as Akashi, I was saying, last time they tried to kill, the last time they came here, and they tried to destroy it, some sort of creature came out of it. and like describes like what he knows about what happened the last time.
Meira is now Miracle.
Miracle.
Yep, according to Carly.
Carly, you get 10 brownie points for that. 10 American brownie points.
So yeah, I mean, I think Mira's gonna go up, and I think she's just gonna immediately cast Firebolt on the brain. See what happens.
Okay.
Can I get that in?
You cast Firebolt.
I think I ready dodge as an action.
Let me look at something real quick.
Would we do this at the same time like we did before?
Go
Like
get
at
the
the
bullet.
Like all three of us firing at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like, because we knocked down the door that way. Would we try and do the same thing on the brain?
20.
Well, so Meira steps over, and yeah, so go ahead and roll your damage.
13.
Okay.
Fire damage.
Interesting. So nothing. I mean, not a whole lot seems to happen. It doesn't move. But Meira, as you do that, and like the fire like fades, you see that the brain was in the process of being eaten out of, and that's what I want everybody to roll initiative.
Man, look at you go, Meira.
Oh, that's what the heck? I clicked my token, then clicked initiative, and then it unclicked my token.
It's okay. I will
That's
put it
weird.
in.
9.1.
Meira,
Yes.
you can go first. You sense that something's wrong. What do you do?
So basically, I cast Firebolt on the brain, but like nothing pops out. Like it looks like there's like a hole in it.
Yeah, it's like being eaten away or something. The brain seems to like not be doing a whole lot. It's not throbbing like it was last time with the other characters.
So it's just, does it appear like the brain is already kind of dead?
It's not dead. I don't know. Make a perception check.
Okay. Perception? Nope.
There's a brain in front of you? You didn't know that.
I mean, I cast Firebolt
Yeah, I
on
know.
it.
Yeah, you have no
Okay,
idea.
so I guess I'm gonna step out here, and oh my god, I see it to the side.
Mm-hmm. And then a thing happens. So you get to like
Then a thing
right
happens.
there. Or yeah, you know, you probably get right there where you're.
Get right
you're
there.
going.
Yeah, that's 25 feet.
And then a thing happens.
Dang it.
Great.
I
It
have
had a ready at action, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I have counter spell, but I can't see it.
Sorry, give me 1 second here.
There's just so many options for your
well,
suffering.
there's something weird happening on the character sheet. I need to double check. Yeah, I didn't copy something over right.
Oh my god, it's just gonna pelt me with like 3 things right now.
We'll see. I'm gonna roll a d4. Make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. DC
14.
14 Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not great at Constitution. Oh my god.
Nope. All right, so you take 48 necrotic damage.
Oh my god.
As one of its eyeball stalks like turns to you, and then suddenly you're just hit by like a wave of death energy, and you're just like, ah!
Okay, hold on, let me calculate.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 48. Wow, that took out over half my hit points.
Nice. It rolled pretty well on that, so.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, as
it's
soon
your
as
turn now.
that
Mira.
happens.
Yeah, you
I'm
can do
gonna-
something.
Well, let's see. I can't get much closer to it, unfortunately. Let's see here. I mean, so I can't. Oh, I can bonus action dash. Of course, I can bonus action dash. I'm gonna dash over to it and be like, "I found something, guys!"
Mm-hmm.
Ow! And then I'm going to. It's so terrifying.
Yep,
Then
that's a
I'm gonna
beholder.
my longsword attacks on it. 20,
Yep.
14 damage, and 18.
Yeah, that hit. Both those hit.
All right, so there you go. 26 damage.
Cool. Yeah, so you like stab into this thing and it's like screeches and gnashes its broken teeth. Cool. Akashi, you hear screaming and gnashing and bad times. What do you do?
Yeah. I'm gonna run up here and I see it over there and I teleport behind.
And you shake it all about.
Can I see? Actually,
He's gonna be shaking it with his fists.
Just curious. Okay, can I see if I run up here? Can I see past it? Like, can I see this space right here?
Probably not, no.
Like, it's actually like literally just taking up this whole crevice.
Pretty much. It's pretty big.
Dang. Stupid thing. Well, when in doubt, monk out. Give me a sec. I want to figure out exactly what.
Is this the same beholder as before?
You guys don't know because you didn't see this beholder before.
Well, I was just wondering mainly if this was like the thing that we fought before, just grown up.
For the audience's sake, I will let you know after the battle. But
Okay. I was just wondering, like, are there more than one of these things?
Okay, let's be honest. One of these, like this thing, this big, is enough to kill 4 of us.
I can't see it yet.
But that was at like 5th level.
Okay. Yeah, it was, and I'm pretty sure it's gotten bigger, and it's been eating its Wheaties, okay?
It's been eating its brainies.
Brainies. Brainios. Brainos. Okay, if I use a potion of fire breath and then if I use a potion of fire breath and, attack with it, does that count as an attack action?
I believe that drinking a potion is a use an object. Let me look. Yeah, it would be part of your move action to take it out and a action to drink it.
An action to drink it?
I think it's always been that way.
Okay, so it's an action to drink it, not an action to use it?
Yeah, because I think you can do that as a bonus action, right? To spit the fire out.
Yeah, I'm looking it up, just in case. Actually, I wonder if it's on my... Okay, here we go. After drinking, you can use a bonus action to exhale. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah. So you can take it out, drink it, and spit it out as one turn.
Perfect. So I shall do that. And how many? Let me see how many of these I actually get.
I'm excited because I'm about to use a really awesome spell that is a continuous thing that works over time, but it's also not concentration. So it can hit me and it still goes.
Okay. So I'm going to spit fire at this dude.
KK?
Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Actually, no, that is what. It needs to make a dexterity
Yeah,
saving throw.
dex saving throw. Failed miserably. Cool. Nope. Didn't do that right. Cool. It takes 12 fire damage. You spit it at it, and it's just like rah, and snarling and gnashing, and its eye stalks are going around everywhere. Cool. Adeline?
Good.
Okay. Well, first I'm going to see what is happening because I can't see anything. So 1,
What's
2,
happening?
3, 4, 5.
It's in there.
That's what I look for. 6. Okay. And then Adeline's going to go, ugh, it's disgusting. And cast Storm Sphere at 4th level. And so I am going to put it 20-foot radius. I think I'm going to start it. What's the range? Range 150 feet? Yeah, I can do it. So as long as we stay here, it can't get out of that crevice, right? As far as we know.
Unless it pushes you out of the way, yeah.
So I think I'm going to put it in a place. Here we go. I think I might put it here, which I can just barely see. Because then it has a 20-foot radius here to here.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
essentially make a swirling sphere of air in there. And then it immediately takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
Well, it has to make a strength
Well, it
save.
must have seen. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Oh, it succeeded,
Oh.
I think.
I'm pretty sure it did, yeah.
Yeah, because it's 16 for you, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I still get to make a ranged spell attack with at advantage since it's in the
You
sphere.
cause a bolt of lightning. That's really cool.
Yeah. That is.
So if you just roll another spell attack, if you have it, it should be the same roll.
I'm wondering if it's in here. Give me a second. It is not. So.
Like Firebolt would work just fine. It's the same roll.
Okay, I'll roll Firebolt then. 27.
27, yeah. 46 lightning damage. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good spell.
Oh, so this crits because it's at advantage.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So is that 8d6?
Yeah. I mean, it would be 86. Yeah.
So this light. So I start
fire and the
Right,
I
so
start this storm,
Yeah.
and it gets a little bit, and all of a sudden you just hear this, and it backs it from the
That's
back.
awesome. That's so cool.
31 lightning
That's
damage.
actually not a whole lot compared to what it could be.
Yeah, but
Nice.
you know what? I can do that on each of my turns.
Yeah, that's really awesome. You like burn a hole through it, and it's just like
Actually, wait. Let me make sure.
big old like Jabba tongue is just like lolling out.
Creatures within 30 feet of the sphere have disadvantage on wisdom checks to make a listen. It has to be within 60 feet of the center for me to be able to do that. So I need to mark the center. Give me a second. There's freehand. Make sure I find it. Where I think it was right here. Was it? No.
Well, I mean, it's not gonna get anywhere because Akashi and I are blocking it. So.
I know. I'm just making sure. 60 feet of the center. It should be within 60 feet of the center most of the time. Okay. I just want to make sure I mark the center so I know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He'll stop scrolling. Okay, so right there. I'll mark it. With a lightning bolt. That's purple. That's my turn. That uses my bonus action to use the lightning bolt. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, let me find something here.
Alright, where I'm worried.
But luckily, I have counterspell, so I can potentially negate anything it's about to do. Potentially. If it just stays in there one more turn, I can get more lightning bolts on it and other things too. So
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it'll stay in there. Where else is it gonna go?
oh, and it's in difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so it is going to do a magical eye ray again at Meira.
Okay. Is it technically casting
same thing.
Oh,
It's
I'm
not
going to.
casting a spell, but
It's not a spell.
nope.
Dang it. Well, this could be very bad. Okay. Trying to think of a story for Meira here. Let's see. I've said why she hasn't told anybody in the verdict why Akashi is her husband, right?
Because there's a guy that your like superior has a crush on you.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so I did say that. Yeah, and I don't think I have anything else like about her, other than that she's just a really angry person. Trying to think if I can reveal anything about. Ask me a question.
I have one if.
Okay.
Yeah, you got one, Jordan?
Maybe like about when the son was born. Like her sort of like reaction.
Like my reaction to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about your relationship with your son.
Yeah.
And you can make up whatever you wanted.
Yeah, I think anybody who knows Meira knows that her son is her one true weakness. That like that's like whenever she sees her son, she smiles.
Mm-hmm.
And Meira doesn't smile very often, but like whenever she sees him, just it's an automatic like, wow, that's my son. Like she's just such a proud mama.
Cool.
And
Yep.
that's definitely like her biggest weakness. Like if anybody like threatened her baby, she'd be like,
And that's why no one knows.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, Constitution.
Cool. Yep. Advantage, go.
Oh,
no. That's not good.
No,
That's
it's
not good.
not.
Whoa.
You take 38.
Well, I go
necrotic
down.
damage.
Yep, I'm down.
Yeah, Meira goes down in necrotic.
By 3
haze.
whole hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
And
And it's my turn next.
Yep. It's your turn. What do you do?
Make a death save.
Oh, nat 20!
Like a freaking boss!
The thoughts of your son bring you back.
Yeah, pretty much. That's awesome.
And I still get my whole turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A salute to Meira.
So, wow, okay. I'm gonna come back up. And I'm gonna use my action surge to second wind. For sure. So let's see here.
I think Akashi sees this whole thing all at once, just like he sees it like blast her, and she just goes down and jumps. Like he sees her falling down, and he says, "Oh no, you didn't want to do that," and she just bounces right back up.
I have a +7 fighter level, so wow, 8 whole hit points back. So that's 9. That probably won't help me much, but you know, it's okay. If I'm gonna use it anytime, it's now. So, okay, gonna do that. And then I have 2 bonus actions and 2 actions. So I am going to use. Okay. So I'm going to use my. I'm going to use a superiority die to get advantage on this attack.
Oh, I forgot. It needed to make a strength save.
It did.
Oh, right, for
For
the
that.
storm thing.
You transitioned into a turn so quickly that I had it open even. Oh, it failed. So it takes 8 damage.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Is it so? That's every time it starts its turn in there.
It ends its turn.
Oh,
Got
nice.
it. Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna use that so I can have advantage on this attack. It has a really good AC, so I don't think I'm gonna do this one with advantage. I mean, with my great weapon master, I'm just gonna attack it with advantage. 16.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that's good to know. 8 damage, and then that's also plus a superiority dice, which I forgot that last time, but that's all right. I think my superiority dice is a D8. Yes, so it does another 8 damage for that one attack.
Okay.
Then another longsword attack.
Oh, wait 1 second. Wait 1 second.
Okay.
So let's see. It dies.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yep. You stab it through the eye, and it shudders and dies.
I don't. This concerns me more.
Mm-hmm.
No. Why? Why does it die?
So, guys, this is an undead. The beholder has been dead for quite some time now, it looks like, and it got raised again as a zombie. And you stab this. You turn around.
Oh no.
And the brain is alive.
And within 60 feet.
So it is the size of the thing on the map, but this is the token for it.
Oh my god.
And it looks like you stopped whatever was trying to eat it. And it seems maybe not grateful, but certainly kicking a bit stronger than it was before. And because this is its lair, it gets to do a thing.
No.
I haven't finished my action surge yet.
So this happened probably this is on initiative count 20. So this happened without you guys didn't notice it. But
Well, at least the brain can't move. I hope.
I think so. What happens is so something happened without you guys knowing it, but you won't know that it happened unless you interact with the thing that was changed. So, yeah, Meira, you could do something. I mean, unless you if you turn around, you see this brain starting to, and so all of these things right here, those little trails, they start to crack open, and there's black tentacles underneath them that start to come from all of those bony trails that are on the map there, and suddenly there's a bunch of writhing black tentacles coming out from this giant brain. What do you do?
I still have 2 more attacks.
Okay. So you just want to rush over and attack it?
Run over and attack it, because that's what Meira does. That's what she does best. So, 17?
Yes.
11 slashing damage.
Okay.
And another 27, another 11 slashing damage.
Very nice. Yeah, I mean, you start slashing into the brain. It just seems angry, mainly.
I mean, I did hit it with a firebolt before, so...
You did, and I got the damage on that, yep.
Oh, goody.
What if we just sat behind it? What if we just sat back where we were and just kept spamming stuff at it?
It has very long arms, if you have not noticed, Jordan.
I know that, but still.
Dang it! Now I wish.
I felt so cool. I was like, "Wow, I just killed a beholder," and now I'm like, "Well,
You didn't kill a beholder. You just killed a beholder zombie, which is a CR5.
Now I'm really annoyed that I cast the storm sphere where I did.
I was wondering
I
why a 16 armor class hit. I was like,
I still get to use that. I should note it's still within 60 feet of the center. It just will never be at advantage.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, Akashi, what you want to do, bud?
First off, I'm gonna run up to it, and I'm gonna punch it. Zombies, punch them. Flesh creatures, punch them. Spiders, punch them. Snakes, punch them. Walls, punch them. Just punch everything.
Okay, sounds good. Punch away, my friend.
Punch.
Nope.
"Oh,
Well, punch two.
Why didn't you go the opposite side, flank?
Yep, that hits.
Oh yeah, I should have
okay,
done
well,
that.
I have a very good armor class, so that's good to know."
Dang it. I'm just gonna have to move. Actually, I'm gonna do that now since would this be flanking? Or would it be up? Would it be here or here?
I think either would work just fine.
Okay, I'm gonna stay here. And then, as a bonus action, I'm gonna spit fire at this bad brain.
Do it. Oh wait, did you do damage for the unarmed strike?
Oh, boop. No, I have.
Okay, I'll have it make a dex save.
Can it even make a
It
text?
fails. I had that in the GM layer, but it got an 8. So it takes 21 damage. Okay, cool.
So fire does normal damage to this?
Yep.
Not, okay. Not super damage.
Yep. Adeline, what you want to do?
That's what I'm wondering.
So at the end of your turn, Akashi, it's gonna make a tentacle attack at Adeline because it has legendary actions. So you're grappled,
Adeline
and you
is?
take 20 bludgeoning damage.
Wait a second. So it's 17 because I have resistance. Still a lot. I'm just automatically grappled.
Yep.
And what do I have to do? What else?
It's just like on your turn, you can take an action and escape DC 15 to get out of it, and at the start of each of your turns, you take 1d8 plus 5 standard damage.
Okay, so I mean, there's nothing else I can really do, so I'm just gonna make the DC 15. DC 15 what?
It would be like athletics or acrobatics, I think, either one of those.
Why are none of those some things I have proficiency in? Oh, right, because I'm a wizard.
Tank wizard. Zoom,
Okay,
zoom,
well,
zoom,
I'll
zoom,
just
zoom.
use my turn to essentially to try and escape and make it. So, that's all I'm going to do, but I'm going to hit at it with the. I'm going to try and hit it with the lightning bolt again. So I'll use the firebolt.
Yep. It has an AC
10
of
hit?
10. Yeah.
10 hits, awesome.
AC of 10. That's nice.
So you would have hit that Akashi if it hadn't been a critical fail having 10.
So the only way I can miss this thing
is if you
Is
crit
if you,
fail.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do I still have it movement? Do I still have movement?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
It
move.
just takes your action to get out.
I'm just gonna move over here then, just kind of, so I'm out of the way, and then because I'm about to, boom.
Yeah,
only,
yeah.
only 10 damage. That sucks.
Okay. Sounds good. It's its turn. And it is going to do a Mind Blast.
Is this a spell?
Everyone make a DC 18 intelligence saving throw. It is not a spell.
DC 18 intelligence?
Yep.
Okay.
Why do I not have this?
I actually do have a +6 to this, so
I'm
I had a
using my
+4.
inspiration.
My inspiration would have helped me.
So I'm using mine and intelligence saving throw.
so
Thank you.
here's the
Thank you,
dealio
Akashi.
though. So creatures must make it or take. Okay, so it's not half damage. If I get this, then I could still be up. But if I don't make this, I'm definitely going down again. So
Want to tell us something else about Meira?
yeah. I don't know
What is the most dangerous mission you and Adelene have ever been on?
Oh.
Besides this,
Besides this,
Besides this,
hmm.
just like a
Baking.
detail or two about it.
baking the cake for the general.
Gosh, that sounds so sexist.
I don't know. I just said something dumb.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think what is actually logistically going on in 1493, 1492-ish area
Mm-hmm.
in the world where I could be sent out for that.
Well, Istanbul is under the control of the draconic Islamic Empire.
Yeah, but does the verdict care about that?
I don't know. I don't know what the verdict cares about. I know it cares about, like, I know some of the things it cares about, but you can make up something else it cares about.
I'm just trying to think.
It's a secret organization with a lot of branches that all, and honestly, it's just a bunch of individuals that want their own goals, but, like, kind of work together sometimes.
Right. What's the most dangerous battle Adelene and I have ever been sent on? That's a good question. I need to think of something.
It doesn't have to be specific historical
I
details.
know.
It can just be like, we had to kill a king, and here's how it went. That sort of thing.
So I think we went on a reconnaissance mission to probably one of the lords that are in the verdict.
Okay, yeah.
Wanted like probably to take back something that was like a land that was like stolen from him by somebody else that was very powerful, and it was like our job to like go in and like assassinate this guy essentially so we could come in later to take it in. But it was very heavily guarded, and it was basically just like me and Adeline against like this fortress of like a bunch of people.
Yeah, sure.
And we just like slowly took out people one by one, and
by the end of the night there was just like bodies everywhere.
Yeah,
cool.
But it was really dangerous. It was still dangerous, like
Oh,
get me wrong, but you know, it was just like the two of us, and they were like, prove yourselves as
Cool.
part. Maybe like I'd like to say like, you know what, actually I'll save that for later. I thought of something.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Inspiration.
Yeah, take inspiration.
No. Yes.
Oh, good thing you had that.
Good thing I took it.
I'm the only one who didn't make it, and inspiration wouldn't have even helped.
So Akashi saved, and you didn't save, Adeline. Okay. So, you take 30 psychic damage, and you are stunned for 1 minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect of stunning on.
Does the storm thing, is that essentially just neutered now? I can't use my bonus action to do that?
For right now, yeah, you cannot.
Okay, I figured as much, but figured I'd clarify.
Mm-hmm. Meira?
Okay. Well, since this thing has really crappy armor class, I'm gonna use my Great Weapon Master and advantage to my advantage. And yeah, I'm gonna make some attacks at it. My longsword. Good. I mean, yeah, 23.
Yeah.
19 damage. Another longsword. 14 hits, I'm assuming.
Well, it's -5, yeah.
Oh, right, it's -5.
Yeah,
okay,
so
then
that misses.
as my I'm gonna use a superiority die to use precision attack and add my superiority die to that to make sure it hits.
Okay, sure. So another
And
20.
then I also get to add in my let's see here. You expend 1 superiority die to add it. Roll, but okay, yeah. So yeah, that'll hit now because even if I roll a 1, it'll still hit. So
another 20. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think. If I could use any bonus actions. I don't want to disengage and run away because I don't want to give Akashi. I want Akashi to have advantage on his attacks. I mean, but it only has an armor class of 10, though. What would Meira do? Would Meira leave?
She said before she wouldn't.
I know. But she's also not stupid. She wouldn't just, like, stay and be like, nah. But these tentacles go out really far, so yeah, she's just gonna stay. That's her turn.
Okie dokie. Let's see. I'm just trying to think of. There's a layer action I can do on it on the initiative count of 20, but I don't think any of these things really do anything. Okay. Well, just for it's not gonna waste its layer action, so it's gonna Adeline, make a DC 18 charisma saving throw.
Oh frick, I'm dead, guys. Anything I could tell about Adeline? See, so the story with like the most difficult job we were on, it was just like we were going to kill a king and
yeah, like a powerful
not necessarily a king, but a powerful lord.
A powerful lord that another person in the verdict wanted their land, and so you assassinated him and like a bunch of his soldiers. Just like tore through his fortress.
Wonder if there's anything I could say of that from Adeline's perspective. I think that's kind of what Adeline is like, kind of, and maybe that's kind of what's going through Adeline's head right now, is she has always kind of trained against, she's used to going against, grunts, people coming at her with swords and everything. People see her, like people like her, and they're used to going against people like that. Adeline's kind of like, and me, this is like Adeline also was me right now. Like they're used to going against like, people with swords, people with giant clubs, people that act like this thing is attacking with its mind. I don't know what to do with that. And it's just like, what do I do?
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. Yeah, take it inspiration.
Okay.
Try to find the strength to like resist this, even though you're not.
I'm probably still going to fail this because I only have a 2, but let's see.
Yep.
Just barely made it. Just barely made it.
So you resist that. And then at the end of that turn, it's going to attack Akashi with a tentacle, with its legendary, and hits. You're grappled and you take 26 bludgeoning damage, Akashi.
Okay.
And Meira, it's you.
I just went. That was just it's
right.
No, take another turn. Go ahead.
It was on the 20. Sorry, yeah, there's a turn in between these. Akashi.
You should have just taken another turn, Alyssa.
I would have figured it out eventually.
I know. I wouldn't take advantage of that.
Akashi, it's you.
Well, currently, it's not looking so great for us. Because I essentially
really,
don't get
really
my next
isn't.
turn.
Okay, so I have to make a. Okay, what is it to get out of the grapple?
DC 15 athletics or acrobatics.
Takes your whole action though to do
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
So
But you
I
can
mean,
spend
I
a
would
key
just
point
like
to
to
bonus action punch twice if you got out.
I just like to point out that your punches will technically be a straight roll since you have advantage and disadvantage on grappling.
Yeah, but he'll keep taking damage if he stays in the grapple.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
See,
Oh,
here's
it's the start
thing.
of your turn, so you do take 1d8 plus 5 psychic, so you take 10.
Because we're very, very low at
Yeah, so like
hit points
as
right
you're
now.
being grappled by this thing, it's like like attacking your mind, like you're having a severe headache. Yeah, things are pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean that beholder did a number on Meira just
Mhm.
alone.
And yeah, I was the only one that has healing stuff, and I can't do anything. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that has healing stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So there may need to be some risks taken here.
Okay. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna make a grapple to get out of this because I'm gonna teleport out of it.
Oh!
Yep, that works.
That's my middle finger to this stupid brain.
Nice.
There you
Okay,
go.
good.
Just teleport up. So that
Yeah,
way
I'm
you
just
can
gonna be
still
like,
flank.
sorry, brain.
Yeah,
No,
that makes sense.
That was smart. Good job, Jordan.
thank you.
That was really smart.
My brain versus this brain.
Perfect.
Question: what kind of? Okay, so the. Never mind. Actually, see, I have to like go into a different mindset when I'm playing Akashi versus playing Darius. How's that gonna work? So I'm just debating. So teleported out of it.
Since you teleported, you have advantage on. Well, I guess you have advantage.
Oh, yeah, I had advantage either way. That was kind of my thing. I'm like, hey, I could. No, that doesn't work. I already have advantage anyway.
You just gonna punch it a bunch of times?
Okay. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to. Okay, Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a question about the poison.
Yeah.
If I put the vial on my hand, and if I pour the poison onto my hand and then punch into this thing's brain,
Poison punches.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. That seems a little silly. Because either you would not do anything to it, or you would hurt yourself.
But
That's
if there's
true.
Because
if there are
if
no,
you could do enough force to the brain to punch it enough that it would actually like soak in the poison, then you would also hurt your hand enough, like you would probably like have a cut or something that the poison would go in for you. Like
yeah, that's my question. Do I have any cuts on my hand? Like, is there a way that
I'm
the
just
poison
gonna
would
say no.
Okay.
Gonna make it an executive decision as the DM and just say
All
that
right.
will not work.
All right, fine. Wait a second. Wait just another moment. Caleb, I have this wonderful thing called purity of body. At 10th level, your mastery of the key flowing through you makes you immune to disease and poison.
Sure, Akashi, you can put poison on your hand and punch it in the face.
Poison punches.
One of the dumbest things that's ever happened in
So maybe
D&D.
like you like put the poison vial like right there and you punch it
You
so
punch
the glass.
through it. Gosh. Sure. Yep. That's fine.
That's awesome.
Okay, it cut out. My internet cut out on me. What?
I was just saying it's fine. Go ahead.
Well, no, hold on.
What kind
Because
of
we
poison
still
you
have to. It's the poison that you gave me.
Right. I don't remember what I gave
Carly's on board.
you.
Thank you, Carly.
You have broken the DM, Jordan.
He's just like, no. And then you're like, but I have this thing. And he's like, gosh dang it.
Yep.
Take 1d4 poison damage. Once applied, the poison retains potency for 1 minute before drying. Once applied, so I could basically every time I punch it, I would get
wait a
plus
second.
1d4.
No, it takes a minute to apply it. That's like that's the standard like applying thing with poisons.
Right.
Not for my poison arrows. My poison arrows, I just use all my movement to dunk it, and then it shoots and does poison damage.
Right, but that's the difference between coating a weapon or putting an arrow tip.
Yeah, he's technically coating his fists.
Yeah, that takes a little bit more than just.
Okay. Still, it would have been great.
It would have been great. But,
Says you
but an
now.
executive
Says you
decision, no.
Okay.
So what are you gonna do?
Please do something that saves us.
All right, I have two options. I'm gonna save the other option for in case we like really need it. Situation is dire, but not dire enough that I think I need to try that yet. So I'm gonna punch
Both Meira and I are nearly like literally one hit from dying.
So is Akashi. We all are.
That's true. So I mean,
Right now, Adeline, you have the most health.
yeah, I have the most health, but each thing has like hit out a third, so I'm like one hit away.
Yeah.
And none of my things that make me stronger against it are going to do anything. Actually, what have I cast so far? I've cast Storm Sphere. That's Evocation. Literally, like on that turn where you grappled me, I was going to go up to it and like essentially steal its hit points, but then I had to use my entire turn on grappling myself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
What's the plan, Akashi?
I'm gonna message them about my plan and see what they think.
Why don't you just say it out loud?
Because you'll ruin it.
Why will I ruin it?
Because you ruined everything.
Oh my gosh.
Caleb just doesn't like secrets.
Not when I don't know the secret.
Exactly.
It's okay. That's how secrets work. When you're not included, it's sad.
Yep.
Hurts, huh, Caleb? So much typing. Here we go.
That's not
no.
how that works.
That's definitely not how that works. No.
Yeah, see, that's why I thought.
That'll just dump
That's
everything
right.
out.
No.
You have one?
Oh, that's right. It takes 2. Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Ah, you were gonna try the whole bag of holding in a
Yeah,
portable
I
hole
was.
trick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
portable hole in the bag of holding just causes a rip in the time-space continuum and might kill us all.
It's
Well,
only a
Rift
small
into the astral
radius.
plane, but yeah,
A small rift in the
No.
astral plane.
It could kill us all.
would most likely kill you all. Yeah.
How far? But what's the distance on
Just
that?
punch this thing.
I'm punching it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like do that. Just
You're
it
fine.
wasn't a bad idea. It's just it wasn't a great idea.
No, it was a bad idea, and I just don't have any other options.
Oh,
Hey,
nice.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
I'll take those. Boop. Boip.
Okay, so 18. Very nice. You do 1 bonus action punch or 2?
I can't. I teleported.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep. All right. At the end of your turn, it uses another legendary action to make a tentacle attack at Adelene.
And I'm probably going down. We'll see, though. Because it has advantage on this.
Wait.
It has advantage since I'm stunned.
Hold on a second.
Oh.
I'm down. There's no way. I can't see a way I'd survive this.
That's
No.
not
What?
good.
There was something else I could have done in addition to my punch,
What?
and it doesn't even take a bonus action. I can use Stunning Strike and spend a key point, and then it has to succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be stunned until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah, you
please
got
do
it.
that. Please do that. Please do that. Please do that. Please do that.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Spend a key point.
Okay. It uses its legendary resistance to automatically succeed. What's the save exactly?
Constitution.
Constitution. Well, let's just see if it does it naturally. No, it doesn't. So it uses its legendary resistance to automatically succeed.
Okay. Now.
It's a bad monster, guys.
Yeah, we gathered that.
Now here's. I can't ask the DM this obviously, but do you guys think that it could do like it has a limited amount of times it can do that? Like, does it take a legendary action?
I have no idea.
It might.
Oh, the
I
resistance.
don't honestly really know how legendary actions work. I don't.
So
I don't
legendary resistance is a different thing from legendary actions, but yeah.
That's
all
I
I'll say
have no
about that.
idea how those things work.
So
Oh, man.
like,
That means I could just make it up and you would know. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you could. You're the DM.
But I wouldn't want to do that because I'm playing
I
with
know.
the same game when you guys are.
But I mean, my thing is, I wonder if with the legendary resistance, if we can only do it a couple times.
I have no idea.
It might.
I mean,
Do you want to make
It
a
might be able to.
meta arcana check, Akashi? And I'll tell you.
sure.
Akashi's
but,
good at this stuff.
No, he's not.
With arcana?
Adeline
Yeah,
is good at Arcana.
Remember, Arcana and Survival were the two things. No, Arcana and Nature were the two things you kept making me roll, and I only have a +2 to them.
Oh, you just got lucky. That's what it was.
Yeah, I would sometimes get lucky.
Yeah. You can make an arcana check if you want to.
Of course not.
You do not know.
Well, then can I at least spend another key point to do it with the other punch that I did with the crit?
Yeah. That's what you want to do.
Okay, I spend another key point to try it.
Okay. It succeeds without having to.
Of course it succeeds.
This
So
is
I'm about
bad.
to go down.
Yeah, so you take 34 damage.
Wait, are both of them bludgeoning?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 19 plus 9. I take 28.
Nice. You're still up.
I'm at 2.
Nice.
Barely.
You're grappling.
Am I
yeah.
still stunned? I'm still stunned, aren't I?
Yeah. Yes, but it is your turn now.
And the only thing I can do
is to then try to save at the end of your turn. Yeah.
What's the save again?
Intelligence saving throw DC 18.
I needed inspiration. Ask me something about Adelene.
Has Adeline ever loved someone?
That's what I was just about to
No,
ask.
no, no, no.
We
We
had that
already
last
know
time.
No,
The only
no.
one person Adelene loves is herself, remember?
That's the only person you've ever loved?
Well, okay, that's the person. Okay, now last
That's
time
the
we asked who was
person
the person you loved the
currently-
most.
Exactly. Have you ever
It
been
used to
romantically in
be-
love with anyone?
I think when she was a little girl, there was this other little noble man, kind of like a similar situation with Raya. There's another little
Mhm.
noble guy that she liked to hang out with, but eventually she used to like, no, you need to act more prim and proper around him, and because he like actually he's probably where she learned to act a little like rebellious, but
Right.
because the other family didn't care, but hers did,
Mm-hmm.
and so she acted all rebellious. He's like, oh, he can't hang out with him. She's like, fine, I'll do this on my own. I don't need his help. I can act like a little rascal without him.
Mm-hmm.
And she did, and she does. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, advantage. Go.
Let's see if this even mattered. Nope.
Oh, so close.
17 does not make it.
All right, you're still stunned.
Yep, I figured as much.
At the end of your turn, it's going to make a tentacle attack against Meira.
So she's down now, probably.
20. I think that hits.
Yeah, unfortunately.
This is not good. Oh wow, you take 31 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
And you're grappled.
Well,
Well,
Oh, she's
I'm just
down.
So
I mean, but you're still grappled.
TPK. TPK.
It's just Akashi. So it is its turn. It's gonna roll to see if it recharges its mind thing. It does not. Okay. I think it's just gonna make another tentacle attack against you, Akashi. And it hits.
gosh,
And you
dang
take
it.
25 bludgeoning damage.
I'm down. Nice
You're
TPK.
down.
We're all dead! Yay!
Awesome.
Okay. So y'all go into blackness.
Well, technically, I'm not down yet, but I'm stunned, and it's
Have
gonna
to-
have another
Oh,
move.
that's true.
I'm at 2 HP and I'm stunned.
Well, okay, let's keep going then. Meira.
Technically, I mean, you could make
Death
a death save. Not
Yeah,
20.
you make another death.
Yeah, it's like that. Like I'd have enough luck to do that twice in a day.
No, one save though.
let's see.
I guess at the end of your turn, it does a legendary action because it recharges them again. On you, Adeline tries to tentacle you to death, and it does. Man, I have not rolled lower than a 20 on any of these.
Nope. Even if I had
Oh my
the ability
gosh.
to shield, it
I
would
only
still
did
be
8.
hitting. It still takes me down.
Yeah. Okay, at that point, everything goes black. And y'all are on a fleshy plane.
So we're flying now.
Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say it.
no, you're on a.
I was trying to think of a better thing.
A field of flesh. There's the floor all around you is flesh. There's kind of like a misty atmosphere beyond what you can see. And you see a man in front of you.
You the same one as before?
No, it's not the sailor. This man is. He looks like he may have been a Genasi at one point in his life. But at this point, I mean, he looks like a Genasi turned into Davy Jones, right? So, like, flesh everywhere, like tentacle, like, I think he has a tentacle beard, basically. His brain is exposed to the air, like, the top of the skull is cracked and broken off, so, like, the dome of the skull is gone, and you can just see his brain. And he steps forward, and you know every part of him is just like weird fleshy bits. And he steps forward, and he's holding. It kind of looks like a, I don't know, a big stick, but like it's wider than it should be. don't. Akashi, it seems familiar to you, but you're not sure. All of your brains are kind of fuzzy right now.
Brains.
Yeah. And he says, in halting common, he says, "Am I finally free?"
So I'm confused. Are we dead? Are we alive?
You have no idea. You don't know what's happening right now. Like your brains are foggy, but like you can still like talk and stuff.
Free from what? What are we? Adeline feels around. Like, does it feel like she has all her stuff? Is like, she looks around. Is like, are her
when you feel like you can see your armor on you, but like your hand just it feels like flesh, like your own skin when you put your hand down. He says, "You're inside."
Oh, not this.
Why did you come?
Well, there was a giant brain, and we were hired to take it out.
That was mine, I think. That's not very nice. Trying to kill someone's brain like that.
Wasn't very nice what you did to us. You
It
guys
was
can
just
like
my body reacting, protecting itself. Wouldn't your body do the same if a virus tried to kill it?
Your body is trying to kill an entire island.
The island is bad. Haven't you seen?
You're not doing any good job making it better.
I was, and he like turns on you, and he seems to like recognize you. Like he has like glare in his eyes. He's like, "I was before you came along. Everything was going just fine, and then you ruined it all. I was almost there. I almost remembered, and then you killed me again. Why'd you do it? Why did you do it?"
Wait,
And he's like
what?
leaning on this big, and it almost like looks like a big paddle now. You're not like your brain's kind of starting to like, but yeah, he's like leaning on this big paddle, and he's like,
We saw the flesh brain before Akashi was even on the island.
I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think he's talking about when we went and stopped it a while ago. Like
The last time we did this, like a session with
Yeah.
these characters. Okay. Oh, see, that's what I was talking about. Like, I'm trying to remember
Yeah,
that.
so Akashi,
I don't remember
when he says that. You remember the moment before the sailor died, right? Like the extension of the weird blob thing that was you were attacking. He said, "I just remembered and then he died."
Yeah.
And he's still like glaring at you, Akashi, like waiting for a response.
Yeah, so what is it that he said?
He said, "Why did you do it? Like, why did you killed me? I was this close to remembering, and you."
I'm assuming we can put it 2 and 2 together that he's talking about like that moment, right? With the sailor.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what I would say.
Meira just goes, "Actually, that was me, if you remember."
All of you. But it's because of him figuring how to stop me, how to I almost
How to
had your
stop
brain.
you from destroying everything?
I almost had your brain. It was right there.
So this is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy now. Take his brain!
The frustrating thing is that I just can't remember anymore. I was so close to remembering, and you just had to ruin it. And now they're coming. Now they're eating me. Do you see what you've done? You've just given death another chance.
Another chance at what?
Taking over. And ending the world, just like last time.
Last time?
You're from across the ocean, you wouldn't understand. He kind of like leans up, like shifts his weight on this paddle again. He's like, don't worry, it'll all be over in a second, and then all of your memories will be mine. And maybe, just maybe, I can figure this out.
Why do you need our memories to remember your own?
I need everyone's memories. I need someone's memories because I don't have my own. Maybe I can piece together why this is all happening, why I'm like this.
Why do you care?
I don't know. I don't know. I just do. I know I should care. Can't remember why. Maybe if I just squeeze out all your memories, maybe that will help.
And what if it doesn't?
Well, then it'll be fun anyway.
You considered maybe it's better you don't remember?
And so right before you say that, Akashi, all of you kind of like start to feel this like pressure on like all the parts of your body. But yeah, you say, what if it's better if you don't remember?
Yeah.
Now, why would that be better, Akashi Koju? Or sorry, should I say Kagano? Delicious secrets, I love them.
Not see how we will help you. We're not even from here.
Well, you
Never
certainly can hurt, and there's not much to go on these days. I figured that ogre girl could have helped me. Yes, I'm remembering her now. I figured that, and since you guys are gone now, maybe I can get her too. And then she seemed to know my name. I thought she knew my name, didn't she? Yeah, he kind of like starts muttering to himself as the like pressure seems to like continue to like press down on you guys. I think you realize you're sinking into the flesh of the floor.
I'm trying to think, what would Adelene do? See, the thing Adelene do would like are things I don't think I could do right now. Like all Adelene wants to do right now is pull out her shield and start hacking at this guy. But
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like we can't do anything unless we somehow manage to convince it to stop,
Good.
and
Right,
it's
you have to
and it's
make
just not
sense.
going to happen.
Good argument, and then persuade it to stop.
I have very low charisma.
None of us are going to be able to persuade it to stop.
And that speech, could I figure something out with an Arcana check?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, might as well. I mean, 25.
25 is a pretty good roll. So Adelene, you don't know anything about mythology in this place or any of the stuff that any of the at this point almost any of the regular Terra Nullius crew could absolutely figure out what's going on right now. But Adelene, I mean, man, I just don't know what you could figure out from this roll.
I had nothing else to do.
Right? Like, I want to give you some piece of information. I'm just thinking about what you could discern.
Maybe magically why he became this way or something like that.
Sure. Okay. I think you remember Adeline one time. Someone died in the verdict, and then they were resurrected. And it didn't work right. Something happened where it did not go the way it was supposed to go. You are not sure why the resurrection failed, but when they returned, it was almost like they were too alive. They kept growing, and not like growing taller or whatever, right? Like their whole body grew in the right proportions, but like randomly out of proportion. Like their ears would suddenly like start to get so big that like their head fell over, and their skin just kept like flopping over themselves. Weird, gross, like random growth spurts that just made it impossible for them to live anymore. And eventually they just had to like be like, oh, sorry, we have to kill you. Like you can't live like this. And then and that's the thing that this reminds you of, is like a botched resurrection.
What's he wearing?
It's honestly hard to tell because his clothing is like sewn into his flesh. Some sort of cloth clothing, but you're not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I think he's just like, well, any last words before you? Well, honestly, it doesn't matter. I'll know everything anyway. Don't worry about it. Just let it happen.
I think
don't worry too much. Remember, I'm not death. I'm not gonna be like that. I won't kill everyone you love. They'll be here with you. Eventually.
Little shop before us. Come on, that right inside.
Exactly, yeah. He just says that Lord Navarro of yours, I'll eat him too, and then he'll be here with you, and then I'll know his memories. Maybe he'll help. Or the ogre chieftainess, or any of the ogres, or the whole expedition.
Okay, so you go ahead, Jordan. I have an idea though too.
Okay,
I'm just gonna try some.
Yeah, Caleb, we are on a different plane of existence right now.
As far as you can tell, this is probably just all in your mind, and you are inside him.
Okay.
Are we literally inside of him?
Adeline, with that Arcana check, yes.
I have an idea. It's stupid, but it might work. Were you gonna do something, Jordan?
Yes.
Because I have an idea that is a total BS, but
I have a couple thoughts. Could I use the key in my body?
The what?
The key that's in my
yeah,
body?
yeah.
it's key points.
Could I use the key energy in my body to step of the wind outside of him? To like force my unconscious body using the key to like...
How many key points do you have?
8 out of 10.
If you spend all of them, yes.
I have
My other question. Could I use my knowledge in medicine, being in this, not like this dream state or whatever we're in, could I use that to, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out a way to like use my medicine check to be able to make myself get up or something. Like using the knowledge of, okay, I know what's going on inside of my body right now.
I mean, yeah, this definitely sounds like monk crap to me, right? Like, if anyone could do it, it would probably be Akashi, yeah.
Okay.
I have an idea too.
I'd like to hear yours before I try to BS our way out of this.
Here's the way I'm gonna try and BS my way out of this. I have a little spell called Vampiric Touch. And the requirement is I have to be touching it. So technically, here's what Adeline's gonna try and do, thinking like, okay, I'm literally inside of it. And she's going to try and like just channel the energy, even though she's technically in her mind. If she's thinking maybe if I can just channel the energy, since I'm still technically touching him, I can use that to suck kind of the life force and get some health back. It's very much a stretch.
No, I could see that for sure.
So maybe both of these things kind of happen at similar times.
Okay.
Alyssa, what are you going to try and do to BS your way out of this?
I mean, honestly, Meira was just going to be like, try to bargain with it.
No, that's what we do. You distract him and try and like.
Okay, so that is the way that this will work. If as long as Meira can distract this dude, then you guys can. Because this is the thing, you guys are literally like psychically connected to him right now. But if Meira can distract him just long enough for you guys to pull this off, then that might work.
Because the vampiric touch is concentration. I just need to use
I think what she's gonna do, right, is she's gonna try to secretly message him, like to distract him, like so that way it's focused just on.
Yeah, she's using your
messaging.
telekinetic thing.
Oh, right. So you're just gonna.
Right, because I have the cantrip message.
Okay, I mean, so I think when you start to do that, you realize that that's what you've been doing the entire time. You guys are all just talking with your minds.
Okay. Okay, so I mean, what Meira was gonna do was try to bargain with it.
I'm not talking with my mind. I'm talking out my butt right now.
Yeah.
The problem is that she doesn't have great. She has a -1 to persuasion, so this.
I mean, I have a 0.
So what are you gonna try to say?
I want to say something along the lines of, if you have any humanity left in you.
What if instead of persuasion, how is your deception?
Probably not much better.
Actually, my deception is a +3.
Oh.
That might be our way to BS this out.
Yeah, I could make the argument that this would be more of a
Okay,
deception
sure.
thing, right?
You're a rogue. That's the thing.
Distraction, deception.
Right. So I think she is gonna say, like, try to put on like a pleading face, because like it is not fully deception, but it's like, because this she knows that this thing's eating her memory, so she knows that he knows about her son.
Yeah.
And so she's gonna say, if you let me go, just me, I will bring the ogre girl directly to you and help you get your memories back.
That is a really good argument. Okay. Yeah, make a deception roll.
Okay, we need advantage.
I know.
Yep.
What about that extra thing that you weren't going to tell me?
Oh, I was gonna say the
Might be the last chance
the
to say
reason
it.
Adelene and I went on that mission together was because we were still newly working together, and we did not work together very well.
Right, so this is like a bonding.
And so this is like a bonding mission, kind of.
It's our buddy cop.
Like, you have because I think what happened
Let's
was
murder 200 people.
Right, and then by the end of it, like we were
Murdered that.
We were like, okay, we're cool.
Yeah,
kind of
for sure.
thing. And then we just like slowly developed a decent friendship, kind of thing. So, yeah. Okay. 22.
Okay, Adelene, Akashi, do your things.
Okay, so I'm going to spend all my key points.
I'm going to do vampiric touch. Now I can keep doing this over time. So, would it be? I only had an AC of 10, so yeah, 11 would hit. So I steal.
I also feel like that would have advantage if we're literally inside of it. I mean,
yeah.
So
what
true.
we see, right, is
I get back 6 hit points.
We get an outside shot of this brain, and you guys are slowly like being like the tentacles are like lowering you into the flesh more and more. And Adelene, you just like grab one of the tentacles, and then suddenly we see this like pulsing like reddish light start to like go into you. Akashi, you're just gonna like teleport out.
Well, I'm gonna use my key points to like use Step of the Wind to force myself out, and then my hope is to use my knowledge.
I mean, yeah,
and
this would be teleporting more than anything else. Like that's the thing that makes sense here.
Well, the thing with teleporting is it has to be something that I can see.
Right, but that's it's a combination of all of the things you can do in all your eight of your key points in a completely ridiculous bullcrap thing.
Okay. I mean, I guess in a sense, like if all of our minds are connected to the brain, and the brain's like able to see everything that's kind of around it, then in a sense, I should also be able. And so with a medicine check,
you want to try to like jumpstart your heart so you wake up.
Basically, yeah. I'm basically telling myself like,
okay, make a medicine check.
Okay, now I need advantage. Okay. Have I explained the significance of the swords yet? The significance of the swords.
Yes.
Yes, you have.
Wait, how long has it been since we went down?
Since what do you mean? Since you went down? At what point? What do you mean by
Because Storm Sphere lasts a minute.
It has been less. No, it has to have been longer than that.
Okay, so Storm Sphere's down.
Yes.
That's all I was asking. Which is probably good. I mean, it would be kind of hard to explain how that's now hitting him again without explaining kind of we're back. Okay. That's
So what did I explain with the swords?
That you got the other one from your best friend, and he was into fire. You had nature powers,
Yeah.
and so that's why you have the leaf one.
Okay.
I mean, and that's the extent of it.
Right.
Also, Caleb, I was more thinking along the lines of like my arm was kind of like on maybe one of the tentacles, and so you see it start glowing.
Yeah.
Her hands start glowing, and then as it's glowing, it just slowly starts to grip onto it.
Okay, sure, yeah, that makes sense.
And I explained what happened. I explained what happened to the best friend, right?
He
That
died.
he was killed by Akashi.
Yeah.
You basically gave away all your backstory
I'm
last
pretty sure
section.
we know
Yeah.
basically everything about Akashi. That you would.
I was asking a question about him.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do with your son? I don't know.
You know, Jordan, this is such a cool plan. I'm just gonna give you advantage. Take advantage.
Advantage for thinking of it.
You've inspired me.
It's a
plan.
monk. It's like Akashi is in full monk mode, and that is what inspired. Okay.
Yeah, it's a cool plan.
I'll take it.
You also are using all of your key points.
There's that too. Thank you, merciful DM.
You're
now,
welcome.
let's just hope that RNG is in my favor for once after several nat ones. I don't even want to look.
21.
21.
Yep. So Akashi, you boop out of the brain, like the tentacles and stuff, and you like we see fall to the fleshy ground, and then come back to life with, I mean, probably 1 hit point. Like,
Adeline is, since she rolled the Arcana check, she's going to be trying to actively like she's trying to hold the mental connection so the brain doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
While she's simultaneously sucking its life force away.
okay, so Meira, the person is like has their attention on you, right? And so we see Akashi start to like fade away right there, but he's not paying attention. He's like looking at you, Meira, and he's like, you would go get her for me.
If I could see my son again, then yes.
How do I know you're not going to trick me? You're just going to leave. I've been betrayed before, Meira.
Let me know when I can do another vampire touch.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do I have to make the attack every single time, actually?
I mean...
Let me double check. I have to make the attack again on each turn as an action, so I'll just do it again.
Yeah.
That's fine. 16.
Mm-hmm.
That's another 11 damage to it and 5 more hit points for me.
Yep.
Yeah, Mira's just gonna make the argument. She's just gonna say, search through my memories. I know I used to not be the most loyal of people, but since joining the verdict, I have done nothing but be loyal to my word.
Yeah, so he kind of like closes his eyes. And so are you actually being sincere?
Uh,
I mean, she did roll a deception check.
Yes. But that was for the distraction, right?
Okay.
Like,
right. So, I mean, am I being sincere in the fact that I'm a loyal person?
no, that you would actually do the thing that you're saying you would do. You answering no here doesn't mean he'll just be like, haha, nope.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Because if that's what it took, because you want to be with your son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She's all trying to bargain.
Interesting.
We're all trying to get out of it.
Yeah. So I think
Okay.
so. He looks at you, Meira, and he says, "Oh, that's interesting. So even Even if your husband died, you would still just leave.
Can I make another attack? I'm just
Not quite.
okay. Sorry.
Hey, I have.
Yeah, Akashi.
Okay. Do you remember when you gave me the sleep pollen?
Mm-hmm.
With what I am able to understand with my knowledge of medicine, and maybe any knowledge I have of brains in general, if I have any. Would I have any knowledge of brains at this point?
What's your nature check?
You know my nature's 2.
Okay, well, probably not a whole lot.
Nature 2, bad. Medicine 8, good.
Oh, medicine. Yeah. Medicine would be for anatomy. You're good.
Okay, so would I be able to know how to use sleep pollen? Would I be able to figure out a way to
make that medicine roll?
Oh no, I need another advantage. Okay,
You're
okay.
plus 8. Like, that's pretty good.
I know, but I rolled a 13 and a 21 last time.
Mm-hmm. What's the hardest decision Akashi has ever had to make?
Leaving his son behind.
Ooh.
Because
Yeah, Dan's actually gonna go ahead.
Because with leaving Akashi, you know, he didn't have his parents because when he was young, did I go into that? How Akashi got to how Akashi got to Japan?
I think so.
Okay.
A
Well,
long
basically
time ago.
that, like, you know, he didn't have his parents growing up, so because they died tragically, and he was, you know, rescued before, like, right before he was about to be slain, but he was like crazy young.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't have his parents growing up, but Grandmaster Corrin like took care of him, and he absolutely did not want that for his son, but he knew that. So he like tried to delay, like he tried to be around as much as he could, but knew that like he couldn't be there the whole time and had to let Corrin kind of take him under his wing. So he just did not want to leave his son behind, to have to like learn by himself and have to fend for himself.
Okay, cool. Yeah, take advantage. Roll
Yeah, I
that
was gonna
medicine.
say that's how she keeps like distracting him, is by saying, "Well, he abandoned us." Because honestly, like Meira knows that like he didn't abandon them,
Mm,
but when he left, there was just that little bit of sting,
yeah.
you know. And so like
So you channel that.
channel that
rawness,
like
yeah.
little bit of feeling that she had to like deceive this guy into like
Mm-hmm.
exaggerating it a bit.
Yeah.
Because she knows that like he's up to something right now.
Yeah.
But if he fails, yeah, she'll take this chance too. So, you know.
Yeah, Akashi, you definitely think that if you had 3 more rounds, you could put this thing to sleep.
Okay. I'm just gonna go for it, guys. Buy me some time.
Yeah. So what happens is we, Adeline, go ahead and make another roll. Yep.
7 more damage, 3 more hit points.
And so we see the guy, and he just kind of winces at something. He's like, sorry, my.
He's used to getting nommed on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think I believe you. I need one thing for you to prove this to me. Kill them. And then you're spit out.
Oh God, with like 1 hit point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I see them that they're awake. obviously.
I kept the mental connection. I'm technically still in there.
Yeah, Adelene's still in there. You see her like surrounded by tentacles, slowly being assimilated into the floor.
But Akashi's out with 1 hit point.
Mm-hmm.
But can you catch Akashi?
I'd like to think what's actually happening, Akashi, is because you have weird like monk stuff in the key thing. I think what's actually happening is you took most of you out, but you left this like after image of your like astral presence sort of a thing, right? In the mind space. And so you're still there. And so he doesn't actually suspect anything yet.
Yes.
Right?
I mean, I am a ninja. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm super stealthy.
Exactly.
And so, like, she...
Do I see that he's applying the sleep powder on?
Yeah, and then Akashi just goes... Like, he just puts up a finger.
Okay,
And, like,
so
continues to...
Akashi, your turn. You spend your turn applying the stuff?
Oh, yeah. So is that 1 or is that 2?
That's 1.
Okay.
Adeline, it's your turn.
Okay,
Do
I'm
the thing
gonna
again, if you want it.
I'm gonna do vampiric touch, and since she's left, I'm gonna try and keep up the distraction.
Okay, so what do you say?
So what I'll do is like, you can't just like you are pitting her against her own husband. You are truly sick. And I'm gonna be casting vampiric touch again.
Okay, do you want to make it? Oh no, you missed that time. Do you want to make?
I missed that time. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, I'm being truthful.
Does she know that I'm being deceptive?
Yeah, that's a good question. Do I know? I don't know if I know.
I mean, make an insight check against
make an insight check.
I know.
Yeah, you know everything.
She knows so well.
Dang it! That is actually really bad. I really shouldn't know right now.
So
Yeah, it would be more convincing if you didn't know.
my question is, how bad does this thing look?
Pretty bad.
Oh, I gotta tick down my vampiric touch counter.
So Adeline, yeah, make a deception check if you wanted to keep that. Otherwise, it will figure it out, right?
Okay, I will say this. I think what Adeline's gonna think about is there is not a lot that Meira has ever really cared for that as long as she knew her. Like, there's been like the times, obviously, with like her boss trying to like drug her and everything like that. She feel like she knows Meira pretty well. They spend a lot of time together. You know, when you're off killing people, you don't keep a lot of secrets. So the fact that Meira would keep this a secret from Adeline just goes to show how important Akashi really is to her. So she is really just telling the fact that you just sicked her against her husband. That is like, that's really messed up given the circumstances. Because honestly, like, it is. Had she not known exactly what was happening, she would be, and that's probably why she got the crit on the inside. She she wouldn't actually do it. She's totally bluffing. But to have her do that, that is kind of messed up.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. Deception with advantage.
Deception with advantage.
Whoa.
Critical! 2 criticals in a row!
Dang, that's awesome. 22.
Wait. I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no. It's to be totally honest. Like, I was going to say, would that give me advantage on vampiric touch? But that doesn't really matter right now.
Yeah. So, you managed to keep the distraction going for a little bit longer. Meira, what do you do?
I'm gonna cast sleep on him.
On who? On the brain?
On the brain.
Oh
Okay.
Can that help Akashi in his sleep powder?
Possibly. Let's look at what sleep does.
Here, I'll click it. Oh, wait. Oh, that's.
It only
how
does
many...
up to 5d8 of hit points.
It didn't actually say how much it or what it does. Sorry, I didn't do this.
It puts 5d8 of hit points to sleep. Let me. What is 5 times 8? 40.
40.
So it cannot be put to sleep with this, but
Okay.
I think you could make an Arcana check, if you wanted to, and you could give him 1 round of the sleep stuff, right? Like, so 1 more application of it.
Okay.
would possibly make it so this next round doesn't.
Yeah, one more. So Akashi Akashi, I think you just do it.
Yeah, I do it. I use my turn to put us to sleep.
Here's my question: How does a creature wake up from sleep? What wakes up a creature?
Until the spell ends. So 1 minute. The sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake.
Sorry, say it again.
Until the spell ends, for the sleep spell. Until the spell ends, the sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the creature awake.
Okay, so if we attack it, we are just fisting it off.
I'll wake it up.
You're just waking it up. So at this point, if you kept doing vampiric touch, you would wake it up again.
Okay, so I see it falls asleep, and once it falls asleep, I probably like pull myself out of it.
Yeah.
I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think as soon as it comes up, I run over. Because it is my turn next.
Yes.
Right. Let me make sure. Yes, we have just enough time. I'll run over here. Say quickly, everyone. I run over here and start casting Liamon's tiny hut.
Okay.
So I go into an area where the flesh like tentacles aren't. So essentially, I'm going to get us in an area where we can be safe from this.
Right, but that
Or do we
only
wanna
lasts
just-
a certain amount of time.
It lasts 8 hours.
Right, but it could just surround you with flesh.
We could shoot it.
Oh, you can shoot out of the thing?
We just stick a crossbow out. I have 40 crossbow bolts. I mean,
what he's saying is that me and Akashi can literally just like, because we can go outside of the hut while Adelene's in it still, and I could just like constantly cast firebolts.
I was actually gonna say, I can regain if we're in there for half an hour. I can regain all of my key points.
I haven't used any of my hit dice. We could stay in there for an hour, take a short rest, and just take this thing out. It's dumb, but what other options do we have?
Here's my thought. If we can, here's two thoughts. One, I can run really fast, and if I'm, what are your speeds? What are your movement speeds?
30.
30.
Yours are both 30.
Well, I can dash though as a bonus action.
Right, but I can. You can't.
Not as a bonus action. I can dash as an action.
Well, I guess it wouldn't really matter if you use an action or a bonus action, unless you can do both.
Point is, I can go 60 max per round, and Alyssa can go 90.
She can go 90 max per round.
Well, if you run, dash is your action, then dash is a bonus action. Can't you do that?
I don't
You
think
dash
that's how
twice
that
in one
works.
turn.
That's not. How
Well,
it
no,
works.
that's what I thought that's what you meant. Sorry.
Well, no, because if we could do that,
So why are we wanting to dash? I don't understand.
Yeah, that
my,
understand.
my point is, if we can dash, if I can if I can pick up Adelene and dash, I can go.
You're not going to be able to carry Adelene and run.
She has heavy armor.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Besides,
You're
I
not
don't
gonna be able
think
to fast.
we'd run away. Not when we're this close to beating it.
So
when we're also this
Adelene, I
close to
think
dying?
so with your Arcana check that you made earlier, I think you know that putting yourself in the tiny hut is probably not a good option, because at this point, if it wakes up, it might just try to like collapse all of this and just cover you all in flesh, which would eventually suffocate you once the dome runs out.
So what's our
I say we all just attack it with everything we got in
But-
one turn.
That seems like
Okay, first off, does Adelene have any way to heal us right now?
kind of? I have a question. Can we take a quick break? I really need to go to the bathroom.
you can just run to the bathroom real quick,
Okay, I'll think about it real quick.
because I mean,
Okay.
if we take a break, it's gonna be like we're gonna come back with 20 minutes left, right? So
Yeah, I say we just surround this thing and just give it all we got and attack it.
But we don't have anything to give. Is the point? Like, I don't have any key points, so I can't do any hard hitting stuff.
I mean,
I get two.
what
I
other options
basically
do we have at this point? Because we're not going to get out of it in time before it'll just like realize what's happened.
Yep.
Like the way Meira sees it, this is like it's either we kill this thing now or we die.
Yeah, and that's a good assessment of what's going on here, because the sleep will only last for a minute.
right,
Yeah.
but we couldn't get out in 1 minute.
No,
Not in this fleshy cave. No way.
you don't even know where the exit is from here.
And
you guys
and
came
we-
in through the ceiling, which is now sealed up again.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that the ceiling's now sealed off?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here. What about this? With all the poison that I have, which is how much poison? How much poison do I have? Okay, I have 11 vials of basic poison. Can I like figure out the veins that are running into the brain?
They're all underneath the flesh.
So I can do that.
No.
Okay. Do we have an idea of what
So,
we want to
Adelene,
do?
yeah, it's your turn.
Essentially, what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna ready actions to attack this thing all at the same time.
Okay, what I'm going to do first then is I'm going to hex it.
That's a good idea.
I think that's any. Is that any or just mine? Let me put this in the chat real quick. Oops, wrong button. I think that means it's just me.
So
You place a curse on the creature you can see within range, and until the spell ends, I deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack. So,
do we want to like flank it?
I'm not going to be doing anything worth flanking,
Like
but you
flanking.
guys go ahead.
We'll flank it together.
I was planning on casting Fireball.
Okay, well then we'll move up a little bit.
Oh!
What's only?
I give. Can you use a bonus action to? Hold on. Wait a second. Oh no, I can do 3 attacks because it doesn't take a key point to
Yep.
do 3 attacks.
Just can't do 4.
But 46 plus 3 versus 1d6 plus 5.
I'm going to put up an Armor of Agathis at level 2. It's going to be 10 temporary hit points. And just the fact that it will... Actually, no, give me... It's abjuration, so that'll
Alright.
give me another 2 times.
I have 2
Wait.
more potions of fire breathing. Does Meira want to take one, and then for her bonus action, she can spit fire at it?
Sure, why not?
Because that's 46 plus 3 versus whatever you could do for a bonus hit.
I can't do any bonus hits with my longsword, so
Yeah. Okay, then. Yeah.
so that's why I'm saying a fire breathing
That's a good
potion would be good.
Oh,
because
Yeah.
then I
also...
can actually use a bonus action.
Oh, and does Adeline have anything she can do as a bonus action to hit?
Give me a second. I'm doing a few things. I do not have... Why don't I not have this on my character sheet? I'm gonna second wind. I have to find out what my second wind will give me first, because I don't have it on my character sheet because I'm a dumb. And also I'm going to heal Meira for 8 hit points
Oh, thank you.
using my healing light.
Healing light. Healing basic.
So,
So,
1d10
this,
plus
this
1.
scene is so tense because it's literally just you guys like surrounding this thing, like preparing yourselves, just like, all right, like gonna have to throw everything we have at it in one hit.
I think I have enough hit points to survive 1 hit.
If this
No,
is
2
good.
hits. 2 hits.
Okay, well, let's.
Um,
I'll attack it.
Wait, I'm gonna do. I want to do. Actually, I already did the hex. Do I? Okay, here's a question for you guys. Should I cast Fireball or Witch Bolt at 3rd level?
Yes, you should do one of
I
those
was
things
gonna
at
say,
third level.
fireball, you can do 3 separate attacks, right?
Hmm?
Isn't that fireball? Isn't
No, it's
it,
a different
like,
thing.
more?
That might be the potion that we have. Because you get 3 hits with the thing.
It's 8d6 versus 3d12 that I can do multiple times as long as I hit once.
It's up to you, Seth.
I think I'm gonna go with Witch Bolt just because it'll let me do it again. If I hit, then we're fine. That's the problem. Like Fireball will hit no matter what. Witch Bolt, I might miss, but I might try and get some advantage on this.
I'd say go with the guaranteed.
Okay, I'll go with Fireball. I can always do Witch Bolt at second level if I survive. I'm also actually no. I might do. Wait, Witch Bolt's not concentration. I might cast Dragon's Breath on myself as well while we're waiting. And I can do it. I can also do that as a bonus. Wait. I can use the action to exhale. Wait a second. Sorry. I can read this more. I'll cast Dragon's Breath on myself so I can use it right if. Oh, I don't have to. Never mind. That's a wisdom. Okay, I'll just use Fireball.
Wait.
Fireball.
Hold
Right.
on. Seth.
What?
Wait. Never mind. I only have 2 potions anyway. Let's go.
I already
Okay.
cast Hex on it.
So as you guys are like preparing to do this, like the cavern, like the fleshy cavern, starts to like slowly rumble more and more as it because it's like starting because it's been a little while as you guys are like preparing this. It's starting to like wake up again. Who's the first person who does a thing? At what point in the initiative order do we jump in?
Probably at Meira.
Yeah, Meira, so that has the most amount of. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Meira, do your thing.
Long sword attack! 10, and that'll hit.
It's a really good thing this has such low AC.
I know, really, though.
Actually,
Oh, wow.
I need to move myself to a place where I won't get hit by the fireball. Give
And
me a
then
second.
how much is the fire breathing potion?
I think it makes a dex
You want me to
save.
just roll it for you?
Yeah, just go ahead and roll
It makes a dex save, but at disadvantage because it's asleep. It failed, so it takes 17. Fire. Okay, Akashi.
1 hit. And damage.
Okay.
Another hit. And damage. And then...
It dies.
I'm still doing it!
I like Adeline's like readying the fireball, and she sees it kind of like. I was like,
Yeah, that's literally what happens.
Like, I love how it's like Adeline's like preparing all this stuff, and we're just like, you ready to go? Ready to go?
And
ready to go?
Meira
then
and
we do our
Akashi,
thing,
it's literally, just like slash and then punch and then the thing just like, it brings up one tentacle and it seems like it's about to attack Adeline. And Adeline, you're about to like do the fireball at it and then it just like flops in front of you. And you're just
Okay.
like, oh.
The moment...
she goes.
The moment it dies...
Right. That's awesome.
The moment it dies, Akashi runs over to whoops, not on top of Meira. Runs over to Meira and like just like embraces her.
And as I see that happen, I start kind of getting myself like, what I understand these sentiments, I think it's best we get going. Now, honestly, actually, probably I'm about to blow it out, but while we're on, because does it start rumbling or anything?
Yeah. I mean,
So-
yep.
As I said, I think it's best we get going. And on our way out, I am going to just still chuck this fireball at this thing because 1, undead, and 2,
True. Oh man, that is such a good idea though.
Oh yeah, burn it.
I think. Okay, so.
Okay, yeah,
because
burn the brain.
we still both Meira and I have 2 more shots of the fire breath. So we probably
Yeah,
both
just
do
want to
that
pour it
too.
into this thing.
let's.
Just make sure that it's a charred crisp.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, and I think we do it.
Yes, no, you definitely do. So I think what
I
happens.
just want to
right?
roll the fireball.
I mean, do it. Yeah.
Then do it.
I'm doing it. 33 damage.
So you guys just pour fire into this thing, and I think what basically happens is the entire like brain cavity is just on fire. The entire thing is just burning up. And yeah, I mean, there's definitely like fleshy bits like falling to the ceiling. Some of the like lower caverns start to like collapse. So what do you guys do?
We run.
Run.
Which
I
way?
wish the way we came.
No, because the way we came was through the ceiling, remember?
And it just kinda
Right. So
collapsed. So one of us should probably make like a survival roll or something like that to like navigate out of here.
Yeah.
That would be Akashi.
But my survival's only 4.
Well, it's still better than ours.
Okay.
mine's 0.
I need last minute inspiration. Okay.
I mean, how deep are we underground?
How was Akashi
40
feeling
feet, right.
when
40
Meira
feet,
was
yeah.
saying all these things to the brain? Because she's saying it out loud.
Yeah. And was Akashi able to like
Like-
hear it? Because he was kind of unconscious when.
Oh,
well,
no,
sort of,
no.
like-
Yeah, Meira, you're doing all that in your brain. You weren't saying it out loud.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
got it. Well, because Adeline heard it.
No, Adeline was still in the brain. Was still in the second.
Yeah, he only left like the
Right.
spectral part of it.
an after image sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think
Akashi, what's the most worthy, like the most, what's the strongest opponent Akashi has ever defeated, besides this?
Akashi.
Right. Duh.
I mean,
Why was he so dangerous?
Akashi was the leader of this, and like, okay, Akashi.
Right, but being a
was-
leader doesn't necessarily mean
No, no,
you're
no,
super strong.
So Akashi was basically all of the training between both clans was in Akashi.
So he had
So
the
like
best
all,
of both
because
worlds.
he had Akashi had all of the training that was in the original clan and in this like sister clan that's
Yeah.
kind of developed developed these kind of darker and evil, and like it had all he had like so he knew everything that Akashi or that Kagano knew.
And the dark arts as well.
Yes. So
Okay, cool.
when
I
it
mean,
was, the two like most successful, or like the two most prominent, like sort of generals, or like the people that had any chance were, Kagano and Kasai. So, they both went in. The only way Akashi was able to win was when he was just in like after Kasai died, like Akashi just like
Kasai is your best friend.
Kasai was the best friend, yes. When Kasai died, Akashi just kind of like he kind of blew up. He just like was shocked for a moment, and then just like in a fury of vengeance, he picked up Kasai's sword and just charged Kagano.
Right.
And like he had
Other way around. Charge Akashi.
Kagano charged Akashi. Kagano picked up Kasai's sword and charged Akashi. And like after a flurry of attacks, like managed to have both, like he brought down both swords at once, and Akashi had one sword like up, like defending the two. So like he was stopping the two swords with his one.
Mm-hmm.
And while Akashi was defending with both, Kagano pulled back the fire wakizashi and stabbed into his stomach.
Cool. Yeah, take advantage.
Okay. Now this is survival.
Mm-hmm. 19.
19.
Didn't even need it. Okay, so I think the last thing we see is we see this kind of, it's like a tunnel in the, like a cave in a cliffside, somewhere to the like west, or sorry, the south of the shrine. You see this little like overgrown like little hill. There's like a tunnel leading out, and then there's a fireball that just kind of like explodes it. Rock goes everywhere, tree roots and stuff. And Adeline walks out, having just blown like a hole through this guy's ear cavity, and just like out back into the world.
Oh wait, I blow a hole in the wall to get out of the caves.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask with what, but I'll just take your word for it.
With the fireball.
Oh, I used the fireball on him, but okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's just flavor.
It's just fine.
Okay. I have other spells I could have used. Magic Missile, Witch Bolt, Thunder Wave. I have lots
There
of
you go.
stuff.
Thunderwave. Let's say Thunderwave. Yeah. You just like crack a bunch of these roots away. And you guys come out onto the surface. And I think you look behind you and you see the entire forest is burning.
That doesn't look good. How are we supposed to get out of here?
Quickly.
Yeah, I mean, and with that, we literally cut, and you guys are making your way back towards the fortress. Like the primordial forest burns to the ground, and you've done it. You've defeated the flesh. Like it's gone.
We defeated the flesh. The flesh wrecked us.
Hey, you were very smart. You guys did awesome stuff.
Okay, you know what this is? This is the 2 different endings of Little Shop of Horrors. This is the good ending.
This is like the, oh wait, no, people don't like it when they die. We should add something
that's not
different.
true. That's not true at all, because this ending is still satisfying. I think it would have been unsatisfying for you all to just die and be assimilated.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Plus, we got some story, and we have an idea of what was happening with the flesh. We still have no clue.
And I tell you what, you have just irrevocably changed the course of this campaign.
Okay.
I will not say whether or not for the better or for the worse. Probably a little bit of both.
Okay, when we get back, hold on. I want to see if this is an actual item. I think it probably is.
So like all the flesh is on fire. Like it's
Yeah,
just all
basically what
gone.
happens is that fire
The
you started.
flesh is on fire.
Yeah. The fire you guys started spread through the entire body, all of the flesh, and then up to the primordial jungle, and just everything burns to the ground and just burns to a crisp.
Okay. Here's my question. Do scrolls of sending exist? Like sending scrolls.
I can
Yes.
learn sending in the morning. I can prepare it tomorrow.
Well, you sending a message and me sending one are 2 different things.
Still, I can send a message
Yeah.
if necessary.
Yeah, I just want to see if this is a thing.
Someone at Lord Navarro's has sending, I think, because
Yeah.
I feel like he's used it.
He does.
I think both Damien and
Yeah, Danny and Lucian, we both have it.
Lucian both have it.
But are there sending scrolls? Is that a thing or?
There's
Is
scrolls
there
in
any-
every spell.
Okay. And for Akashi to use one, how would that work?
You have to make a roll.
It can go wrong.
You can, yeah.
Okay, 1. Does Navarro have any?
I mean, so are you literally just going to try to message Navarro?
No,
Who are you trying to message?
my son.
Oh.
I figured that's where you were going.
You can
with
literally
it.
just go to Navarro and say, hey, I need to send a message. That's literally all
Yeah.
you'd have to do.
Yeah, I think that's what I do.
Yeah.
I think Akashi when they get back and they debrief and everything.
Yeah.
Akashi just says, "I need to send a message to someone."
I'd probably turn to Meira like as after the debrief. I'm saying, well, that was very interesting. Let's not make it that close again, though. Okay.
Got it, partner. She just like smirks. Like
And Akashi, yeah, what message do you send to Kasai? I mean, you can just say it.
Hold on,
I think he's measuring the length because it's 25 words.
I'm actually coming up with his name.
Didn't
I
you
mean,
just-
I think
you just
his
name him
should
after your
be
best friend?
Kasai.
Oh,
That's
that's,
what I
so
assumed.
good. Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
I thought
that-
you'd already said that before.
I thought so too.
Did I?
I mean, I guess you didn't because you don't remember it, but
I
Didn't you? Well, who was Kasai then?
Kasai is the best friend.
Oh,
I
thought
just
you-
thought
Yeah.
that was the reason you named
you.
it.
I thought you gave him a name. I could have sworn you named him. I don't remember. Ah,
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, just yeah, let me type it out.
Real quick question. Seth,
yes.
is Toity officially going to go to the Shadow Plane or whatever? Is that what's happening? This will determine something.
Well, that's why I wasn't sure, because my thought was, I mean, this hasn't been said on stream before, but I guess I'll say it now.
Yeah.
As if any time. So we figured Toy would become a wild magic sorcerer. So my thought was essentially we wouldn't necessarily have to. What could happen is he's sitting there, and as he's recovering, because essentially he got the magic ripped out of him, quite literally. But I'm guessing like the kind of leftover arcane power that was there, kind of like, because essentially like it got ripped out, and then kind of whatever was in there kind of collapses back in on itself, and kind of creates this web of just literally chaotic magic that he can now tap into. So he doesn't necessarily need to go somewhere else.
Okay.
He literally just needs time to recover, and then just that was my thought when I said
Right. So
wild
you
magic.
want to just continue playing Toity in with the mission and just keep going.
If you're fine, I mean,
I'm fine
if
with that.
that's fine with you, I mean,
Okay, so I will say this right now. That will change the campaign.
if I'll say this, if Darius sends him somewhere, Toity really can't object. My point was just that it's not necessary.
Right, and so I guess like we can decide this right now, like as players, like what would be the more interesting narrative. So would you rather Seth just continue, just be like Toity? He has this moment of like depression, but then you guys rest for a little bit, and then you're like, okay, I can
He's still
keep
pretty.
going.
He's still pretty weak
Yeah.
when you get down to it. So I mean, I imagine like he might not be himself till after. He might not like be like back at 100% until after a long rest. So if Darius
We're
sends
not
him,
getting a long rest.
I
Yeah,
know
long
exactly.
rest, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he literally had his magic ripped from him, and I don't imagine like. And that was my thought. Like, getting a bunch of spell slots out of nowhere is gonna throw things a little off. So if Darius does it, I mean, I imagine.
My thing
It's
is, I
here's-
just don't think it makes sense for why would Darius send him the Shadow Realm?
Here's my thought.
Okay.
My thought was that Toity would be depressed and would just be in the state of I have given up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
That's what I was
Darius
feeling from him too.
Yeah.
and I feel like Darius would be like, okay, I know one way that he can I know one place that he can get power from. That
I mean, you don't know that.
well, Darius got all this power from
The caretaker,
the caretaker.
not from the place. He's dead. Caretaker's dead.
But I still got it after the caretaker died, so that still doesn't make sense.
You got it when he gave up his life.
Yeah.
But I was
You-
still a
you-
barbarian.
you came back in a body. The moment you came back in a body, that's when before you didn't have a body, so you didn't have any.
If I remember right, pretty much right after you got brought back to life was like when you came back. If I'm
There wasn't a whole
remembering
lot of
right.
time. Yeah, there was some time where he was just kind of alone in the darkness, but you weren't necessarily still a
Well,
barbarian.
I mean, like, I don't think we had like a
But
mini.
I still used my barbarian stats to roll.
I mean, because you didn't
Well-
have any other stats.
I don't. Was there actually like sessions between when Darius?
No, it was literally the next session.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there wasn't even a lot of time,
No,
so I don't know.
as
if we
far as
decided.
I'm concerned, Jordan, like Darius got those abilities because the caretaker brought him back. That's what happened.
Okay.
Like, he didn't just randomly manifest them. Like it was the caretaker's specific touch on him that immediately changed him.
Actually, I mean,
And then
come
also
to think
you
of,
got the Death's Hood and stuff after the fact, but that
actually
that was an additional thing.
come to think of it, Caleb, wild magic. Oh, sorcerer though, not wizard. Wizard regains. I don't know if sorcerers regain spell slots, so it might make some sense.
Yeah. So my question mainly is Toity gonna go to the Shadow Plane or not? Because if he is not, and he's just gonna like continue on with the people, then I'm gonna have a scene happen right now. If not, then the scene will happen and Toity will be there for it, but I'm not sure how that will go down. It just depends.
It's really, honestly, like in the current state Toity's in, it's kind of up to Darius, because Toity can't go there by his own will.
Oh, of course, yeah.
My main point was mechanically, I don't see a reason for him to have to go there.
Yeah, and honestly, the more I'm thinking about it, I would agree that it might not make sense to do that, simply because at this point, even if Riot doesn't trust Toity, you still need all the help you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And sending him to the Shadow Plane is not helpful for anyone, except for Toity. But Riot doesn't care about that, right? And she would be the one who would ultimately make the call.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Darius would still do it regardless of what Riot would say, but
Why?
if Darius was going to do it, like if
I
I
just
think
don't see why it makes sense for Toity to go. Like, why would Darius send him there? Because, like, for one, he was miserable while he was there. The Grim Reaper's there. Like, to me, it just doesn't make any sense why he would go there.
I agree.
Yeah,
My-
let's make that call now, especially if Seth, as a player, if you're more interested in just continuing with Toity.
I think
Palace.
honestly, it makes more sense to me that literally it's just like he's there, and maybe it's the kind of thing where he's not necessarily like in a different plane of existence, but he's kind of like unconscious and like maybe hallucinating, as like he said, like we said, he had this giant essentially portion ripped out of him. He might be going through some like mental agony as well. So we could still have some little side scenes, just not necessarily in the Shadow Plane.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, let's go with that, just because that makes a decision right now, and that's what Seth seems to be most interested in. So we'll go with that.
That's
Because here's the thing. Here's the main thought. If you went to the Shadow Plane, what would it do? Like, he's a wild magic sorcerer.
Yeah, exactly. But now that we know what Toity is actually going to be, where before we were still like, oh, maybe he could have weird shadow magic. Like, that would have been a whole thing, but it's not the case anymore. And so I think it makes the most sense to just have him stay with the party.
that's fine. Can I explain why Darius would have done it?
Sure. Yeah.
Because nobody's letting me do that.
Oh, it's
Okay.
The reason why Darius would do that is like, okay, we have two options for Toity. A, he stays here and possibly gets killed anyway. Two, I get him out of the way and maybe save his life. And maybe not, but it's like, okay, Darius trying to protect Toity is like, this is the only thing I can think to do.
The only
to
issue with
protect
that,
him.
though, is that you'd have to make a roll to do that.
Yeah.
It's not a guaranteed thing, and that just seems like too much of a risk at this point.
I know. I'm not saying I'm going to do it.
No,
saying
I know.
that's
I'm saying, like, as the like wheels were probably turning in everyone's heads, like as characters, that was probably the. Even if Darius thought like, oh, that would be a thing to do, maybe he would be like, oh, actually, maybe it's not. It's too much of a risk at this point anyway. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, because
Cool.
I feel like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Jordan, and I don't mean to like get into Darius' psyche, but he wants to protect Toity, right, above all else, because he's his friend. He can't do that in the Shadow Plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can protect him here.
Especially
and
given
Darius
the
doesn't. Darius
that's
doesn't
another
know what is even in the Shadow Plane, right? He hasn't been there yet after he was there the first time. The last time he was there, a bunch of things tried to kill him, so
Yeah.
you don't have control over it, so
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the main point was the narrative sense, and if he got shadow powers. or
Yeah,
something.
and that would have made total sense, but that seems to be a different. We're going in a different direction.
Right.
I like the idea of wild magic.
Yeah, that's fun.
We have to come up with a wild magic table still, Caleb, because the one in here is weird, and it might
There's a couple of ones that I mean,
since
Jared's
you want, I
character in
think.
Anno Domini
I mean, oh my god.
is a wild magic sorcerer, but we can look around at some other tables that we found, and we'll see. We'll find something that.
Because I'm pretty sure one of these has like bubbles come out of your mouth, which is like funny, but it's not really.
Yeah, we want
fitting
something
in the
that's
campaign.
like chaotic and crazy, but not funny. That doesn't seem like would make sense. Okay, so Akashi, do you have the message or?
Oh, I'm just typing.
Okay, so I'm gonna do there's a quick scene that happens.
Yeah, go
here.
ahead.
So you guys get back to the fortress. Akashi is, talking to Navarro about getting this message sent, and we see like the burn. Like this forest is gonna continue to burn for days. Like it's just gonna be on fire, like for a long time.
Forest on fire.
Yeah. There will continue to be smoke coming from this place probably for weeks to come because of how massive this fire is. The last thing we see is we get the shot of the smoke and the fire, and then suddenly we're in the caretaker's domain. And we see Death. Cloaked and hooded. He got another hood, it's fine. He regenerates. He can't be killed. He is standing just like in the shadow, holding his scythe. And a genasi pops into existence in front of him. He's a tall, stocky, proud warrior type. And he looks like the guy in the statue.
I knew it! He's Deliverance!
He is wearing Deliverance, and he is holding Temperance.
Knew it!
Or no, he's not holding Temperance because we figured out that it's a different thing. He's holding a Mako Idol. I was literally just about to ask you guys as players to roll a perception check, but
we're not there.
No one's there to make a perception check, so nobody notices this. There is a detail that gets missed, and if you rewatch this scene like in the DVD like a million times, you would probably just barely in one frame be able to catch this and be like, "Oh my gosh, it's a thing!" But we don't catch it in this current scene. He faces the Reaper. It's obviously the same guy that you saw in the flesh things. He has a beard, like a fire beard, right? It's not tentacles anymore. He's not made of flesh. And he looks at Death, and he says, "I'm here. I finally made it." And Death says, "Yes, I've been waiting for you a long time." And Death says, like, as calling him by name, Quetzalcoatl. And Quetzalcoatl nods, and he says, "It didn't work the first time." And Death shakes his head. "No, it didn't. I'm sorry. I have to take you into my embrace now. Your sacrifice was unfortunately in vain." And Quetzalcoatl just shakes his head again and starts to like kind of like flaming tears start to like fall down his cheek. And he just says, "I thought I would save it." So why is the world still here if it didn't work? Did I do something at least? And Death nods and says, "Oh yes, you did something. You made it so much worse for everyone." and Quetzalcoatl is just like openly sobbing now. And he says, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried to stop it. I tried to sacrifice myself. I thought it would work. The fifth world is going to burn, isn't it?" And Death nods again. And he says, "There's nothing you can do to stop it. Even the power of the Feywild couldn't help you. I'm sorry that all this happened the way it did. It must have been very painful for you. I much prefer a quick death for my children." And Quetzalcoatl just like takes like a shuddering breath, and he says, "Is anyone left? Xbalanque? My sister?" And Death shakes his head and says, "Oh no, the only one left is her. She's asleep right now. But when she awakens, the thing that you tried so very hard to stop will begin, and the fifth world will end. And then Quetzalcoatl, like, he kind of winces, and he looks up at some distant point. He just says, I feel it. The tugging. Yes, everyone does. It's time for you to go. Even gods have to die. And Quetzalcoatl shakes his head, and he says, I wasn't a god at the end. I was a monster. And then he, Infinity War, fades into dust. And the last shot we get before we go back to Akashi and his message is we hear Quetzalcoatl's echo. Is there anyone left? Kind of like echoing on the wind. And we see Darius sitting, in the sewers right now, right? And just like looking down at his sandals. And then we cut to Akashi's last message.
I knew it. I was like, this is so the
right.
Deliverance guy. I just know it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, any one of us could have put that together in Terra Nullius, but not us as side story characters.
Mm-hmm. That side thing has been going for so long.
You don't say.
Okay, I think I've got it. And what the heck, Caleb? Okay. So the message is Kasai. It's been so long since we've spoken. I hope you are doing well. Mom and I are well. I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of you, my son. Because it's 25 words.
Oh, right, okay. We hear Akashi say that. Damien sends it to the winds. And the very last scene we get is we see Kasai. Would you describe him for us?
Yeah, so Kasai has like a dark brown hair, like actually he has black hair, like his mother. He got that from his mom. He has black hair. It's shorter hair. He has his hair cut. And he is he has two swords on his back, and he's outside practicing archery with a crossbow, or with a bow.
Oh no, I know what's happening with him.
Okay,
just
yeah,
describe
go ahead.
Him
Yeah,
to me.
okay, so I mean, what else? He's probably in a similar sort of garb as Akashi.
Sure, yeah. See him ninja-esque.
Yeah, he's ninja-esque as well. Yes.
And so I think what we see is that he has finished Academy because we see him with a sword. What would be the symbol that he would have?
The symbol that Kasai would have?
Mm-hmm.
Kasai's symbol is a bolt of lightning.
I was literally just thinking that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we see this. We see him like hear these words, and then he kind of like looks up, is like gripping the hilt of this blade. We see the symbol, and then he
and so when the blade is presented, there's like it's like sitting on a pillow and it's like leaned down to him, and the hilt is like handed to him.
Right. So this is after his academy
Yeah.
thing has happened. But yeah.
Right,
So
okay.
what we see the symbol on his sword, which signifies that he has
Yeah.
passed the academy, which is a little early, it seems like, given what we know so far. But we see him take out the sword and just like cut a zombie in half, and we see and we just like see him pointedly ignore the message he just got, and then just fight a bunch of zombies. And we start zooming out and we see your village like half on fire being swarmed by zombies, and we just see like your son just like surrounded by a bunch of other warriors like he's like fighting these zombies. And then
Dang.
we cut, but I actually think there's one more scene.
Okay.
I actually wanted to have a quick scene with Adelene.
Go ahead. There's 2 more scenes.
So I wanted to, like, if we're like resting at night, right, go into her tent and just tell her, like, so you know everything now.
As far as I know. Unless you're keeping more secrets from me. Raises her eyebrows.
It's not funny, Adelene.
I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
You know what he'll do to them if he finds out.
I know. We're talking about the boss, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
Clingshaw's like, I know. Believe me, I don't like talking to him to begin with. Don't have to give me a reason to not talk to him more. Besides, why would I tell him?
just want to make sure. You whisper anything of this to anybody, I will not hesitate.
Darling, I can barely stand anyone else in the verdict. Why would I make you mad?
She just smirks and says, that's good enough for me now.
That's awesome.
Just wanted to establish that.
Mm-hmm.
No more secrets from now on.
No more secrets. Unless they come up in a random side story edit, because I have to make things up.
Well,
Yeah, she just says, good night, Adeline.
so does Adeline know about the sun then?
Yeah, because she heard the whole thing
Yeah,
about
she
me
heard the
saying,
whole
like, I will, like, get out of here to protect my son.
Okay.
So she knows everything now.
Okay.
That's all. Just wanted to establish that.
Yeah, that was a good scene. I like that. So I think the last thing we get is Akashi. It's you and Navarro.
I think I know where this is going.
I don't know if you do, but
Go ahead.
I'm curious where you think it's going, because I might want to use that instead.
Just go for it. Nope, just go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Message me what you think it is, Alyssa, because I think I know where it's going to.
No, yeah.
So
Go
it's
ahead.
it's Akashi and Navarro. They're standing on the top of the fortress again. Same like scene we had at the beginning of this 3-session side story thing. And Navarro's looking over to the land, seeing the forest still burning in the background. And Navarro's just like shaking his head. He just says, "This is all a mess, Akashi. I don't mean it as an offense to you. You did your job thoroughly. But this island is a mess. I think we need to leave. I don't think this place has anything more for us."
I think you're right, sir. Shall we head to the mainland?
It's either that or go home. And I never go
Akashi
home.
chuckles at when he says go home.
Yeah. He says,
Navarro,
yeah, go ahead.
Navarro, you're far too stubborn and clever to head home now.
Exactly. I have never once run back to my house, my tail between my legs like some sort of mongrel pup. And I'm not about to do it now. First light tomorrow, we break camp and we leave this dump, and we head for the mainland. I will get what I desire, and it will not be found here. Didn't they call it the Isle of Solemn Graves once? The crew, the expeditionary force. Raya and the others.
I believe that's the name they used.
Seems fitting. We'll leave the corpses here. Where they belong.
The burned corpses.
Yeah.
Shall we gather our allies?
I dare not ask any more from the verdict.
I was referring to the ogres.
He kind of narrows his eyes and, or like raises an eyebrow and like looks at you. He says, "Do you think that they would come if we asked?"
Akashi kind of looks out towards the burning trees and everything. They may not have a choice.
That's what I was thinking.
There was something else I was gonna say. I don't know what it was. Oh no, yeah, that's working. Doesn't Navarro say anything else?
He just kind of is nodding to himself. He says, "Well, I hope the mission that the others are on is going according to plan because..."
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because I will need all the help that I can get when we begin this thing.
And he says that
Not
you get
even
this
really technically on your side anymore, Navarro.
Yeah, you get like a shot of like Darius hauling Tori's limp body,
Yeah.
and also the shot of like Samuel and them all coming in.
Like it's like the multicam thing, like where we just get the bottom big
Yeah, the
shot of that.
24 style, like, yeah, all the different like camera angles, yeah. Yeah, and yeah, I think the last thing Navarro says is, well, as Darius once said, to Terra Nullius. And we cut there.
That's not where I thought it was going.
Dang it, Caleb, you stole the line that I was gonna do.
I was totally gonna be like he goes to Adelene and Meira and says, "All right, we break camp tomorrow. We head for Terra Nullius," or something like that. But
I mean, honestly, Adeline might stick around just because, one, she likes messing with Navarro, and two, I mean, he obviously hasn't been doing a very good job.
No, yeah, and I don't think he was implying that he would like send you guys back necessarily. He would probably still be like, come and help me, but he would certainly not ask for more help. I think his idea, because when Akashi said like gather our allies, he was like, I'm not asking for more verdict people. Like that's not happening. But
More verdict people, not necessarily not keep the verdict people they have. Because come to think of it, Adeline and Meira don't really have a way to leave.
I mean, we don't even know how you guys got here, so you probably have some sort of weird mystical way that you could.
Magic.
Yeah.
It's probably like some really powerful like teleportation
Exactly,
spell
yeah.
or something. One-way ticket.
Navarro got here somehow, so it's not impossible.
Exactly, yeah. It's magical teleportation stuff.
Well, that's not the scene I thought you were going to do. I thought you were going to do something with him.
Oh, no. Him is far in the future. Don't
Okay,
worry.
just want to make sure.
Nah.
I thought it was going to be, we can't find your son never responded. I'm like, oh no.
I mean, that too, but... the assumption is Akashi is aware that he never responded, but...
Uh-huh.
Yep, there you
I
go.
don't know why. But, yeah.
That's been Terra Nullius Side Stories, episode 12. Good stuff.
Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous.
It was very possible that you guys all could have gotten assimilated into flesh monstrosity.
Assimilate.
But
But through the power of BSing.
No, okay, so that's the thing. All of your ideas were so clever. Like, they were so good. Like, that was pure ingenuity, and
I mean,
I was very happy about it.
Once you said like we're getting engulfed, I'm like, wait, then I'm touching it. If I can still cast spells.
And I thought it was all foreshadowed because he had, as you said, right, he was used to getting eaten. Like, it was just par for the course for him. So you sucking the life out of him probably wasn't going to be a thing that would trigger him a whole lot. So Yeah, thought it made a lot of sense. Good stuff.
When you're at the end of your rope, and you're all out of hope, BS your way to victory. Come with me and we will see the end of the tunnel. And we'll
Fleshy, fleshy
survive.
tunnel.
Well, now that we're officially going to the mainland and we accomplish our mission, if one of our characters dies, we have an actual reason for them to be there.
Exactly.
Yay!
That was also a
Yay!
reason I did that. Yep.
Oh, there we go. The verdict continued in season 5.
Oh, so probably the end credit scene that we actually get after the credits happen is we see the same like little fire genasi village that's like on the sea, and then we see like a bunch of boats just like longboats like coming
with like the
on
smoke still like
exactly the smoke of the Isle of Solemn Graves still in the distance.
And then the dragon pops up asking for tribute.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, they're gonna go to that like same coastline and probably like conquer it. So yeah, I have another clock to set. So and that's good because I had like two clocks, the verdict clock and the flesh clock, that were ticking down towards things. But I had, because of your guys' like doing this stuff with the verdict and whatnot, I was just like, well, I'm not gonna just advance this stuff. Whatever they do is gonna advance this stuff, and so I just left it blank. But now we have, I think that's a good close for that like little chapter of the verdicts, these 3 characters doing stuff. And now it can be like, all right, now they're pushing into the mainland, and we could come back to this as another side story, but it would be a totally different situation with probably some time skip. So, yep, good stuff.
Well, out of curiosity, so one, I'm guessing that definitely was the Lesser Beholder we ran into before, because
Yes,
it was a zombie.
absolutely the same. Okay, so what it was, and I'll give you some player information. I definitely planned that to be a
Flesh clock.
I know, the flesh clock. I definitely planned that to be a red herring. Because the beholder was never the problem. It was a tumor inside the brain that you guys cut out. That's
So
what it was.
if Meira had noticed that, if hadn't rolled so poorly on that one investigation check, we probably wouldn't have wasted as much time on it.
Yes, that's true. But basically the idea is I meant it as a red herring.
Well, you rolled to like investigate the brain, didn't you? And you didn't notice much about it?
I thought I rolled like a perception check or something.
Whatever it was. I mean, if you hadn't rolled as...
I mean, but either way, we would still had to fight it because like,
Yes, but
we would have
but if
gone
you had-
up to it and then it would have started attacking
If you had
us.
gotten a higher perception score, it would have clued you into the fact that the brain was the actual enemy and not the
Yeah.
Not
Right.
the beholder.
So,
Well,
and
here's
so
a
it was
question.
meant as a red herring, basically, right? To be like, oh my gosh, it's the thing that we used to fight. But wait, no, it's just, it dies really easily, and it's just a zombie beholder, and the actual real enemy is the brain the whole time. That was the idea. So, yeah, it was always just a tumor.
I wouldn't have left my
I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm
Yeah.
a tumor. I'm a tumor.
I wouldn't
So
have wasted a level spell slot on that.
Was the original beholder a tumor?
That's what that's what I'm saying. The zombie beholder was just, it died, and then it came back to life and was eating stuff.
My question is, just out of curiosity, what would have happened if Toity was in the shadow realm, or whatever you want to call it? Would he have just been there, pretty much?
No, I would have had Toity witness that, the cat's
Gotcha.
coming into death. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you would have been
Does-
able to interact with that whole situation. So
Okay.
So let me see if I can understand. Quetzalcoatl was buried under the ground, and someone tried to bring it back to life.
not quite. So
Something tried to bring him back to
from
life.
what we can gather from what's been said out loud, and because I know obviously the actual details of this, but from what's been said out loud, Quetzalcoatl tried to sacrifice himself for the fifth world, whatever that is. And I mean, if people were paying attention to Terra Nullius, they could definitely find out what the fifth world was and what that means. If you look back in the archives, Quetzalcoatl sacrificed himself for something. The sacrifice went wrong, and so he didn't end up stopping it the way he wanted it to. It's related to the She of the Jade Skirt somehow. That seems to be obvious, given for the audience. And he failed, and because he failed, weird magic things happened, and he didn't actually die, because the part of the thing was that he was going to die in a way that would sacrifice his body, and like his body would become like the power, the energy that would stop whatever was going to happen didn't actually work that way, and so his body ended up in the same way that Adelene was like, oh, someone got resurrected one time and it failed horribly. In the same way, this person tried to sacrifice himself with some sort of ritual magic, it failed, and so his body, instead of being the vessel for the sacrifice, ended up being something much more monstrous. And so he was buried here, asleep for the longest time because things kept eating at him, and like he had a tumor in his brain that wasn't allowing him to wake up and do stuff. You guys solved all those problems, and so it started to wake up and then spread everywhere, and then you killed him. So,
out of curiosity, is this the same room as when we first ran into it?
It is technically the same room in canon, but obviously it's not the same map because...
Okay, that's what I was making.
Yeah, I got an updated map. But, I mean, the flesh has been shifting around and moving.
Yeah,
so.
I figured as much. I was just curious because I couldn't remember. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I definitely recognized that it was a different room. It changed quite a bit.
Oh, I was pretty sure, but we did move around enough to really determine it for sure. Okay, yeah, it's way different. Actually, I never realized there's a room up here.
I was gonna say, did you know that this was Quetzalcoatl's like being when we first went into the flesh tunnels?
Yes.
Dang.
Yep.
So you knew that.
I
whole time.
have known this from episode 2.
Hey.
Wow.
Yep. This has been a thing since episode 2. And obviously some of the details have become more clear as we've gone on, but I always knew that it was basically a god that died and was buried here.
Did it have a different role in the beginning?
I don't know if I really had like a role that I had necessarily in mind for it at the beginning. It was just supposed to be like a fun little like, oh wow, look at this weird thing that's buried under here, and then you guys can interact with it and stuff. One thing I will say that I just want to tell you guys, because I mean it's never gonna come up again because this thing is gone forever.
That's why I'm like dragging my token around. I'm like, this is totally gone anyway.
Exactly.
Might as well look around what I missed.
If you guys had done the work to harvest this thing's body back when it wasn't awake, it could be used to make magic weapons, in unlimited healing potions, and other things like its blood. I had a whole list of all of the different body parts and like fluids and things that could be used for different things.
Yeah, I don't think any of us were interested in going back after the lesson beholder.
I figured. But yeah, there's a whole thing there that you guys could have.
It would have also been like that would have been really powerful early game, so it would have probably messed things up.
I mean, yeah, I would have made complications for doing it, but.
Oh, and it wouldn't have mattered much. He only gives us deadly encounters anyway.
Yeah, it would have just made it worse.
I'm just saying, like, technically, if you had, like, not awakened it and, like, started harvesting it for the expedition, you could have definitely, like, a huge boost for...
I don't think any of us would have ever thought of harvesting flesh.
Right, but it kept regenerating. So that was the hint I was trying to give you, that like it had magical and there's conjuration magic everywhere when you guys were down there.
That's just gross.
Just saying.
Like,
it was there.
But like what? I understand. It's like what part of things? Oh, this.
Okay, here's the thing though. Here's the thing though.
That's what I was saying the whole time. Adeline should have eaten it because she would have gotten health back.
But see, here's
would
the
it actually
thing.
happen?
Yes.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Other weird things would have happened too, but
all of the things, but everything that was down there that was like in the flesh tunnels, like the weird dog things were super weird and fleshy. So the obvious assumption isn't, oh, this is going to heal us and help us, and this can be good if we harvest it, because of the regeneration. The assumption is, if we eat the flesh, we become these weird flesh monsters.
that also may have happened. I don't know.
So that's why it's like,
Or it's like, oh, this keeps regenerating. That's because it keeps making things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And if it keeps regenerating and we eat some of it, what's going to stop that from regenerating in our stomach and like expanding and
I mean, yeah, there would have been maybe complications, but
Complication.
You know, but then you get healing.
yeah.
It'll heal you at the
I will
expense
say
that
this.
you'll
I will
also
say
die.
this. With enough arcana, like knowledge, you guys could have figured out a way to harvest the flesh and its body parts in such a way that it would not have been harmful for you. I'm just saying that was a possibility in the lore. Just saying.
I don't think it would have ever happened. I think all of us were like so out of our element in that situation that none of us would have thought this is something we can take to our advantage. This is something that keeps coming back It's like a boss that like always regenerates hit points in the middle of a battle. It's like, oh, you just need to kill this quickly. And, yeah. And as Carly says, eating flesh is gross. It's gross.
It's just gross. It's just
The only time it's
But
okay
that's
to
all
eat
we
flesh.
eat, except for
is-
like either the flesh of plants or the flesh of animals. That's what we do.
Yeah, but after you cook it,
Well, you could have cooked it.
No, that's not. No, Caleb.
The
Just
only
stop. Just
the only
stop.
time
this makes
flesh
sense
is
to
okay
you
to
and you
eat is
alone,
when it-
Caleb.
Stop.
Besides, whoa, hold on.
We're talking about like a possible like cannibalism here, and
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, what the-
no. Yeah, no. Well, this has been Terra Nullius Side
It
Story.
really has.
Thanks
It
so much
really
for joining
has.
us and Caleb's very odd campaign
I
side
know.
story.
Some weird things have happened in this campaign.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
I mean, yeah,
Happy
who doesn't want to celebrate 4th of July by burning someone's fleshy
Yeah.
corpse that
It's
spreads
probably the
out
most
for
explosive thing we
miles?
could have done.
I mean, we did set off a few fireworks
It's true. You really
and set an
really
island
did.
on fire.
Mm-hmm. But there you go. We'll be back next week, I believe, with a continuation of the main storyline of Terra Nullius, which I'm so excited about. Gonna get to Arendira's
It's
palace
been like a
finally.
whole month.
It has been like a whole month. It'll be very strange. I'm very excited for it.
Me too.
And it could be some fun stuff going on. But I think that's it from us here. I think that's it. Bye.
Bye.